Yo, welcome to the open bar. Salud, salud, salud.
Salud. Little toasty up in here already.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little warm in here. What's going on?
Not that toasty.
Oh, you tipsy. Oh, it is warm. Let me sit up straight because I'm looking like, let me hold my.
I can tell you, boy.
God.
You cannot hide.
I
the
do not
stomach
want
on
to sign
camera,
on
too.
to.
No, and that one is a good
That's
camera.
all right. We all got, we're giving ourselves what? 2 months?
Dad bods.
Right.
Hashtag
Give it
dad
up,
bods.
Yeah. I mean,
We all on this little schedule thing.
you just
We
better
got
hurry
2
up before the
months.
summer's over.
It's not gonna happen.
You know,
Have
but you
anybody
know-
seen any new pictures of Will Smith since he posted that? Have he?
He got his body. His body.
I think his body got back.
Is it back?
I think
Yeah, if you're working 7 days a week, at least 3 hours a day, you got to train.
But you got somebody preparing your meals.
That's what I'm saying, paying you.
You can eat 3 times a day.
No, actually, they want you to eat at least 6 times a day.
Yeah, and
But-
you're not stressed about like how you gonna get your daughter a car
You're
or
right.
nothing like that. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
not stressed about your bills.
None of
You
those
already
stresses.
worried about that? How your daughter not?
And you don't
16?
have. And it's not like he have a regular 9 to 5. He's not even
Yeah.
working right now.
No, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think he's preparing for a movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
probably reading script, learning some lines or something. But I mean, it's like it's very comfortable.
So
What kills me is like
go ahead.
Bobby Brown. I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
but like Bobby Brown.
He don't
Did y'all
care.
see the last?
Yeah,
I
Bobby
mean,
Brown
come
was
on,
like,
he
damn.
still have enough money that he could get
He got the
somebody to
money,
put him
but-
in shape.
But it's mental though.
But
man.
you got to also remember he has a lot of stress. You got to think he lost an ex-wife and two of his kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. That was my point about not worrying about buying your daughter a car. It's the stress because
Yeah.
stress is a
Stress
factor,
is a major killer.
a major factor.
He looks stressed.
No,
he does.
Bobby
He
was
looks
like, damn.
stretched.
He was like, damn.
But
He
if you
looks
look,
stretched.
and it's sad because if you look at BVD, like Ronnie, Bobby, and the other guy, I think it's Mike.
Ronnie, Mike, and,
Ronnie, Mike, and Rick. They are in shape and they look great.
They 50 years old and still run around like they
and they
like
small.
they still do
They
that
still
move.
look, like I saw them when we saw them in person.
They may be small, but they kind of like crackish.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
of them
yeah.
look crackish.
Well,
Not those three now. Ralph Tresvant look a little cracking.
Ralph look
Ralph
weird.
look and Ricky look a little crackish too.
No, Ricky actually
Ricky
looked
look
good.
good.
Nah.
We saw them in
but
person.
Ricky was struggling on some.
He was on some.
Yeah,
good-
but what I'm saying,
but
he's
Ricky
in
looks
shape,
good
though.
now. He's in shape.
But they look better than Jodeci, but whatever.
Oh, Josie is another thing. They gone.
The
They
boy-
can't even have a
Hey,
conversation.
Let's get them. Hold on, let's give them some respect to the legends, man. They legends, and them boys is like 50 something.
New Edition is BBD.
They definitely 50 something.
Well, I would give him
New
respect to
Edition,
the
they're
because
50.
every time.
So is Mick Edition and them dudes. And he,
They
my
may
man-
be
This is
closer to
younger.
60.
No, Mick Edition is old.
No, Tony Braxton's husband look horrible. He's.
well, I'm
ex-
talking about the lead
the lead
singer,
singer, I'm about to
Stokely.
Stokey.
He got to
I
be
think
in his
he's
50s.
But you
and
know
he
what?
still can
It
hold
may
it
be
down.
60.
We
Maybe
might as well
closer
just
to
go straight to hot topics. There's a lot to talk about. So we spoke of Jodeci. So this weekend, didn't you guys check out the Mary J. Blige?
No.
I did not. I'm going to watch that though.
Phenomenal. Although she missed a lot. She missed a lot of information. She did talk about her relationship with KC.
What would she
Now,
say?
I'm trying to figure out. To me, KC's always been like really tiny. Mary J. always been kind of on the thick side.
Thick,
How
thick,
she
thick,
let
thick,
that man
thick.
beat the shit out of her and stuff? I don't understand
It's a
that.
mental thing.
Yeah, it was
Like
a
we
mental
just
thing.
like we just started talking. It's about you gotta think. You know how most pimps get women is they get in
That
their
game.
head before they get in
Talk
their
that
bed.
game, man.
No, for sure. But now, and you're right. And you got to think about it. It was mental, not just because KC was probably good at that only, but at the time when they got together, she was really trying to get on. Mary hadn't really hit yet. She was getting ready to.
No.
But Jodeci was winning, though.
No, what Jodeci were the bigger group at the time.
Yeah,
but
no,
Mary was in the top.
No, I'm saying
she was up
she was
there.
about to because she hadn't dropped. I'm not.
She
I'm,
did 411 first, but My Life is just this album that took her over.
But 411
Yeah.
was a dope record. That's when she
it was
did-
dope, but
she
it
did
wasn't.
the,
It wasn't Jodeci level.
No, right.
She did
exactly.
Strictly Business soundtrack. She was on that joint.
But My Life is the album that put
That
her
cemented
on
her as
icon.
a queen. That made her
her
queen.
an icon status in hip hop.
Exactly.
But 411 was a bad album. I
That
played
was-
that
I
thing.
think- I like 411
You
album.
know what I'm saying? 411 broke. And what's the slow hit that she got on the big hit she got on 411? Because that's the one I think
I'm Going Down.
I'm going down. Yeah, exactly.
Was that on there?
That was on the four. No,
Yeah.
no, that might have been on My Life.
I think that was on My Life. But
We need to look at 411 had Loving You every not Don't You Look No More. That
Yeah,
was my
yeah,
jank.
Love with No Limit.
Love with No Limit. She had what else was on 411? That rap thing that she did. What's the 411? It was she had a lot of great. Remind Me and Reminisce.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Reminisce, all that stuff. She had a. 411
Okay.
was a bad album.
Okay,
but
but my point is that KC was more powerful then.
he
right?
was powerful then.
And the music industry wasn't like it is now. Like now in the music industry, you got dudes who have popped without record labels, right?
Right.
So, but back then, it was whoever was hot. And since he was hot, he had power. You know what I'm saying?
The song you thinking about is Sweet Thing.
Sweet
Sweet
thing.
Thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The Chaka Khan.
Those
Chaka
joints
Khan
laid the
was-
foundation for Mary, and so she was coming. She was already coming,
No, 'cause
but
I
she just
rem-
wasn't as big as Jodeci.
Because I remember in high school, we went to me and my wife, my girlfriend at the time. We went to see Jodeci.
It's
and
the
Mary
same damn person, your wife.
Right. but okay.
Wife
Anyway.
now, girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
We told you last week, let us do the jokes.
But what I was saying is Mary J. Blige opened up for them, but she only sung like a few songs. Then Jodeci came out.
That's what I'm
You know
saying. Jodeci
So
was popular.
Jodeci was popular. back
So when you're young and you're trying to get in the industry, she didn't know she was going to be the queen, right? She didn't know she was going to be the queen, and so she had low self-esteem. Plus, she was on drugs. Mm-hmm. So her self
Well, he kinda got it on
confidence
her.
and
She
stuff was
wasn't really
very
on
low.
drugs.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
it was
he
very
did.
low. So that's why he could come in, and then he had problems. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had problems late in his career, so he just now
still
coming
got
out of
problems.
it. Yeah. So him beating her and her letting him get away with it, they was young and dumb. When you're young, man, you do a lot of stuff that you can't believe when you look back.
Well, a lot of stuff revealed, like her whole career was just like she went through a lot as a like it was certain points, and y'all gonna say I'm a old punk. I literally there was some points, and if you look at her discussion, it almost brought me to
bitch
tears.
ass nigga.
It did. I'm just saying, the woman went through a lot. Like before she was 10 years old, she went through a lot.
Right.
You know, I'm just saying. You wouldn't
Okay, so all
believe
that
it.
in the documentary?
Yeah, talk about, but she did skip a lot. Like she never talked about her relationship with Whitney Houston. She
What
really
was her
should-
relationship with Whitney Houston? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know nothing about that.
Everybody knew she her and they was hitting that pipe and all
Oh,
that.
I
thing.
didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Mary, she had to cut Mary J and Bobby off at one point. She talked about that in another.
Mary had to
interview.
cut Whitney and Bobby off?
Mary cut Whitney and Bobby off when she got married to the new guy.
Ken do.
Because at that point,
Can do.
Ken do because she was trying to
Get herself together.
But every day she was hanging with Bobby and Whitney.
Did
and
she
they
talk
was-
about Kendu?
She didn't talk about Ken doing that.
Yeah, she couldn't really talk about Kendu because
That was kind of crazy.
Shout out to Sharice Crawford. She tuned in today.
What's up, Sharice?
What up, Sharice?
Reese, what's happening?
We need to come in here and we need to know what's going on.
Yeah, see what's going on with you.
We need to know what's the 411.
Yeah, we
the
speaking
What's
about
going on in the city?
in the city. Yeah, we'll stick to that. But look, so but what I'm saying is, but Mary J. Blige thing, I mean, she didn't reveal enough. Andre Harrell was in it. Just before he died, of course. That was kind of sad. And
just died.
He
like
just
2
died
years ago.
last year, wasn't it? Year
Last
before
year,
last.
he died like at the top of the pandemic or something
well,
like that.
he was in the documentary though.
Well, he had a lot to do with her career.
He
progress.
found her. Yeah, he
Yeah.
literally went to the projects and pulled her out. She was 13 or 14
with the
years old
411, yeah.
when he found her. And
So
then
what is this on Netflix or?
it's on Prime.
Okay.
I thought it was on there.
I want to watch that. I want to watch
I'm
that.
gonna watch
It was good, but it just she kept
held
a
back.
lot of stuff out. Like she ain't talk about, like I said, she ain't talk about her relationship with Whitney Houston. She didn't talk about it was one other thing.
Why
She
would
didn't
you-
talk about her
He
marriage
died
with
last
Kendall.
year, May 7th.
Yeah.
She didn't talk about her marriage with
Kendall.
Kendu or whatever.
It was
Kendu.
Kendall.
She
And
didn't
you know,
talk
she
about that.
also I
That's her
know,
ex-husband who got
yeah,
paid.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What's the guy that used to sing that song? God,
Father Time.
no. But
Father
she used to
MC.
mess with.
Father MC?
No, he was a R&B singer.
Case.
Case. Did she talk with? Because
She ain't talking about that
She
either.
messed with Case while she was messing with KC.
She ain't
real?
know.
You sure?
That's what Case said
It's-
on his own.
Yeah, look,
And
I don't have no judgments on nothing people do, especially in their 20s.
Right.
No, but why do we have judgments on what they do anytime? Because there's no time frame on when you should be wherever you are.
Yeah, exactly. And this idea that, like, this is the other thing. We should never stop having fun in life, right?
Exactly.
Like that's the problem with adults, man. We stop having fun, and it's like,
You need to grow up. How old are you?
yeah, exactly. We should stop talking like that. We really should.
And we
because-
really should. And 9 times out of 10 is
because
women
people don't
saying
understand
that.
these become mental impediments to you being adaptable to when the times change. See, old people get pushed out of society because they've been told that the second part of their life that you know, you need to act your age or
Right.
grow up. And so that means don't do anything modern. Don't do anything updated, because if you do anything that's current, it's like you're trying to be something that you're not. And I'm like, I think there's a difference when you got like a grandmother. I seen a grandmother one day inside the, was it Sam's or what's the other Sam's?
BJ's.
Maybe it's BJ's.
Costco's.
Costco's. It was in Costco's. And from the back, right, she had these tight jeans on, these high heels on, and whatnot, and like a little, just like it's summertime, like a tank top, a real skinny tank top, right? Half cut, hair weave and everything. And from the back, yo, you'd be like, oh, this is who is
Nice.
this? Yo, it was a grandmother, yo.
Oh yeah, I see that.
She
a
turned
lot.
around, it was a grandmother.
But you got to think, some grandmother's 30.
Hey, look, no, this is true. But she was beyond 30. But it was kind of, I just felt like it was a little bit over the top because the weave, the heels.
But see, you're putting them in that box.
But no, I'm just saying.
You're putting them in that box.
No, what I'm saying is, I think there's a difference in that. That might be a lot versus, you know.
She's still trying to get. She feel like that's Stella trying to get her groove
But I
back.
didn't judge her though. I just was like, this is grandma.
But
It
you
was
know
shocking.
what? You know what? I always tell people when people always say something like that. I say, who have more fun, adults or kids?
This is true.
Kids
Well,
always
I
have more
have
fun.
to- I have to
I don't
admit-
want to grow up. I want
I
to be a
admit,
Toys R
like,
Us
in
kid
my-
for the rest of my life. I like to play with
in
toys.
in my 20s, maybe early 30s, I had fun, but I was very cautious. In my 40s, I live. I don't care. I
See?
have fun.
Exactly.
I don't care what people think about me. I go into I roll in the party. I'm a
Nigga, that's a lie. You're
I
very
don't,
cautious
not
on your
anymore.
look.
That's different.
different.
Of course, no, but I'm cautious on my look for me. It got nothing to do with anybody else. Like 'cause
Right,
a lot of
right.
people don't like none of y'all don't love the pants I wear, but I like them. 'Cause they for me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I'm conscious on my look, but I
Nigga.
care less what people think.
Hey, so yeah. So, I think it's degrees. I think it's degrees to it, right? I just think that like when you're 20s, it's one thing to be stupid 20. It's another thing to just be young and wild. I think
Yes.
young and wild is cool. It's another thing to be
Yes.
stupid.
Stupid, yes.
So same thing when you get older. I
Don't
think
be
young
old
and
and
hard
stupid.
because I'm
I'm
yeah,
old.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
See, I'm old and stupid now.
No,
No, you old and wild, man.
You
You-
old and wild.
Old and
Anyway,
living. You living.
I guess because like
Because you not. I mean,
No,
you stupid is like
Stupid is when you trying to go to clubs with youngins and you
oh no, I
trying
ain't doing
to
all that. I ain't doing all that.
yeah, like so like Friday when we hung out, right?
right.
It was like we could feel the tide changing in there. It was like
We
it's
rolled
time
out.
to go. They was
We rolled
like
out.
they was like y'all can stay. We was like nah,
we
old.
good.
It's time for us to roll.
We rolled out about 9 o'clock. I was like, I ain't know what your club, and I was happy too.
Yeah.
It's so good to leave at 9
And
o'clock.
the thing about it, I danced. I got everything I needed.
Your drink, you was good.
I got there at 7:36.
Now, did y'all smoke cigars?
I know.
Nah,
we
because cigars on the second floor.
Second floor. Okay, bet. So just for the record, these Negroes did not invite me.
We
We
did
did
invite you. I
invite
told
you,
you.
They
on Tuesday.
they low key told me about it, but then they didn't invite.
Hey, don't let us go
So-
back to the story, man. We
So-
just don't
so-
hang out with the
so-
past.
I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. I said, one, maybe it was somebody else's party and they didn't have the right to really.
It was
invite
actually
me.
Dave's party. I'm surprised.
was
That's
they
what I'm
didn't
saying.
invite
That's
you.
not right,
It was
Joe.
Dave's
So
celebration.
You yelling at us.
Hold on.
That's
It
the
was
first
Dave's
thing you
I
celebration.
didn't set it up though.
His
Exactly.
publicist set it up. So his publicist set it up. So
Oh,
he said-
see, I'm like he mentioned
But
it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. He the same thing. I didn't even know about it until like maybe 5 o'clock, and then no about 4:30. And then Arnold called me and said, "Are you going?" I was like, "Sure, let me throw some clothes on." So we didn't. It started at 5. I didn't get there till like maybe 7, but it was still fun.
he
Okay.
called
Joe.
me. He called me like 4:30. And
I
my-
didn't get there till like
Y'all know I like to step out and party, but y'all know. I said, man, maybe Arnold was like, man, we can't.
can't hang with the bastard.
Can't hang with the past. Man.
Hey, so
So,
fun
anyway.
story. You know, we was up in where was we at? We was at a happy hour. It was a restaurant,
We
right?
was just leaving the show, right? And we was hanging out.
We went to a happy hour restaurant up at. They closed the joint down now. Colony South.
Oh, you
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about-
yeah,
it
it
was
was
like
Columbus South.
it was
Yeah,
it
in
was-
Clinton.
It was
Clinton.
No, it was a day party.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't day bar, but it was a band playing though.
It was a band playing. It was at Colony South.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
That's right, man. And so,
And we wanted to go to the strip club.
yeah, exactly. We're like, man, we
Then-
wanted to go,
And
need to
strip
go to the
club
strip
was right
club
down the street.
And I was like, okay, which way we going?
We said, hold up.
You can't go.
Yeah, no. No, you can't go.
He couldn't take it. His consciousness, Joe.
I just said you can't go to the strip club. Man.
I think Ron and Dave tried to talk him into it. He wasn't going.
I was like,
for it.
no.
No, Ronnie didn't. Ronnie was like, "Nah, we can't. I ain't hang with him."
Nah.
And Ronnie was like, "I ain't going with him.
Nah, I can't do it.
I can't hang with this nigga."
No,
And it was a Saturday night that he had to
It was
preach.
Saturday night.
And
It
you know he
was
gotta
Saturday
preach that
night.
morning.
I think it was if it was.
It was a Saturday night.
but
But it was early still.
So can
I
I,
probably was tripping
can I
though.
ask the three around the room? When did y'all get comfortable to know that? I mean, because he's definitely a man of God. You feel the God's spirit all over you.
Right.
But I'm comfortable with hanging with like.
It took
let's
a
say,
while.
It took me a while to. I still really don't curse in front of you. I ain't gonna lie.
He still be like saying, "Excuse
I
me."
still
feel
was
like,
Yeah, he'd be like,
like if
"Excuse me,
I
man."
curse, I feel still kind of.
I always say, even if I cuss on show, normally I'd be like, "Excuse me, pastor," or something like that. Or, but when did y'all feel comfortable? Well, you don't give a fuck because you was born in.
No, I always felt comfortable
Oh,
around
excuse me,
him.
pastor. I just said.
No, I'm, pretty much he wanted to hang out. I was like, okay, he cool. He know how we act because it wasn't like the first time he met us was out in public. He met us in the studio. We was wild in the studio.
Yeah, when I first met y'all.
No,
So
we wasn't this
and it was like
We
he
wasn't
was like,
open bar wild.
So it was like we cussing and like say excuse me, pastor. He was like, nah, you good.
That was a whole gimmick for like 2 years.
No, I remember one. I went to his church actually to meet him on a Saturday, and
the giveaway. I think he was doing some giveaways. Or something.
no, I went there. I think we just was hanging out. I just said I'll just come there, and that's when I realized, oh, he cool as fuck. Excuse me, Pastor. And, I was like, and we talked about everything, and we had a good
Right,
time.
because he was telling me, because my brother would say, man, he cool, man. He got it. I was like, I can't do it, man.
We can't be loose
I
around
can't.
this
We
dude,
can't be
man.
loose around.
Yeah, he still be saying that though.
No, he don't say we can't.
He
be
don't
loose,
say it as much.
but we say we can't be loose around Arnold because
Yes.
he's married. We be like, because he always throw that
Nah,
love.
He the more cautious
Right.
one.
Yes.
More worried about him.
Yes.
Yeah,
And him
I
is love. Him and his love.
And
Love
nobody,
conquers
and we don't want that motherfucker on our couch. Give me
Yes.
that. You know, it's like-
Nigga, you got a long way to come on my couch now.
Pastor let me stay in his studio, though.
Come on, man.
You got two couches.
Then he didn't say his house. He said his studio.
Studio.
But that's another scandal for another story. We can't wait till you tell us. Everybody
All
gets to the story. But anyway, the Mary J. Blige documentary, if you guys get a chance, you have
I'm
to
gonna
check
check
it
it
out.
out. I'm gonna check
It
I
was-
need to check it out.
Even though, like I said, it was missing a lot. She didn't discuss like highlight points. Like I really wanted to talk about her relationship with Whitney.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't even know nothing about that.
You
They from New Jersey.
no, she's from New York.
Yeah, but I mean,
And Whitney's from New Jersey.
but they
and
lived
Bobby's
in-
from Massachusetts.
But they lived in New Jersey. Whitney's house is in, she has a huge, her estate was in
lives
Jersey.
outside-
I mean, I understand that.
Mary J lived not too far from her. Her state was in New Jersey.
When I'm saying that's when she was making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was as she got a little bigger.
So I never knew that they was even close like that.
But Whitney was tight with Houston. Was kind of tight with all the ghetto folks, though.
She was.
You just didn't know.
Like
Yeah,
her
come
and,
on, Ray J.
Why? Hold on. Why they got Ray J? Ain't no ghetto. Ray J grew up in Carson.
But Ray J
saying,
Ray
but
J
his
he's the young smuggler. I think he was the one.
He a pimp. Man.
Let me stop because I don't want to get allegedly. I think he was the one. Let me say that giving the drugs to Whitney and it's getting the drug. And I think and
These
now-
words are
getting
from.
them for her.
Getting them
These
for-
words are.
I
are
said
from,
allegedly.
Words of hot Ron and not
Yeah, I
of.
think
And
that's why
then,
he feels- he
if you
feels
notice
very
now,
close to her,
if
yeah.
you notice now, Ray J is hanging closely with Wendy Williams. Have y'all seen all these pictures?
I didn't know that.
Hanging
Yes.
closely,
Yeah,
closely. So what I'm saying, and
But
Whitney's
that's
starting to act
trying
like
to get his Raycon material out there.
Wendy Williams to me is acting like she's back on them butters.
Really?
To me,
She lunching. She is lunching.
so she's saying she
Oh,
reckless
man.
stuff.
I haven't-
If
she
you
try
watch
to
her
talk
show,
to everybody that come on the show.
Nigga, when
Man,
you
flirt with
when's the next show
everybody.
you going to then?
I will be on Whitney. I love Wendy because I love messiness. So, but I'm just saying.
That's
so,
your name.
But Ray J is starting to hang with her. I think Ray J is supporting her habit again, helping her get her
Hey, I
habit.
don't want to think
Nigga,
about-
nobody. These women at that stage don't need no man to support their habit.
This is true. Whitney got the money, but Ray, like I said, for me, I think Ray J is one of the most genius business minds
Yes.
out in the entertainment industry. He understands how it works, and even though people like can laugh at maybe his voice, how he sing, and say his career never jumped, but he had success in he had moderate success in so many areas.
Every area.
Yeah.
He had
Like,
he had success in porn, in TV,
Acting.
radio,
Yep, music.
But you know what? I may sound wrong for saying this or like a hater, but most of his success was accidental. Like he didn't know that sex tape was gonna be that big.
It doesn't matter.
No, it worked. As long as it worked, I
No,
agree.
that's what I'm saying.
See, that's the
you,
thing.
that,
But
you
see,
you
that's the
sound
issue.
like a hater.
No, but the thing is,
I
that's
just
why he
admitted
don't
that.
understand the genius of Ray J.
Yeah.
You don't know how Ray J work. Everything he do for a purpose. He always
Yeah, so I'm saying
pinpoint
his
thing.
mindset, man, is he really is into it more than we know. Like
Yes.
he ain't just like.
I mean, I guess I
it's
worded
not as
my
random.
statement wrong.
Well, no, you said random.
No,
which
but
it
you
may
said
look
what
like
most
that.
people think. People think of what they
he's random, that they
but what they
accident.
say they don't understand that he. Do you
A
know
lot of
this
it's
dude
intentional.
keep a cameraman wherever he go?
This
You see what I'm
dude
saying?
has
Video-
stayed relevant off of
20 years.
off of nothing.
And now that's what I can appreciate why he's so hanging with Wendy Williams, because Wendy Williams is a new
Messy. Queen.
it girl now because she's divorced and she's out there partying.
And-
but
And
but I
think
think
about
he
it.
was hanging with Wendy before though. At one time,
I didn't know that.
Well, this is the thing. Wendy, because Wendy's life is going through a major transition, so you need new allies. You know what I'm saying? When you break up with Kevin and go through all the stuff you went through, a lot of folk back up off of you, and you see people's true colors. So you have to get you a new set of friends. And I think
but the problem with Wendy that a lot of people have is that she's always been throwing rocks at everybody
And living
else.
in a
But
glass
that's her
house.
job.
And,
Living in a glass house.
and her ass find out she live in a glass house too, and
Yeah.
just ain't nobody know where she lived
And
at
speaking-
until recently.
And speaking of Wendy, of course, her estranged ex-husband he had a ceremony. They didn't actually get officially married, but the woman that he had the baby with, that he left her, they had a ceremony last weekend.
Oh,
Wow.
for real?
Yeah, so that's why I think
Well, you
Whitney
messy.
is.
You is so messy.
I'm just
No,
it's
it's
my
just-
job to
yeah,
tell
yeah,
us
yeah.
what's going on.
and also I think also it's like
Well, because he couldn't get officially married because she pays him alimony. So if he get officially married,
Then she can cut him off,
she can cut him off.
yes.
But you know, I follow him.
unless he got a lump sum.
But I follow him on Instagram. He making a lot of moves. though.
Nigga, why you following this bitch nigga on Instagram?
I follow like everybody on Instagram. I follow.
Nah, man, come on, man. Some people you just can't follow. You can't
Just-
give that much credit. You can't get that much thought in your life.
Just my thesis for
I
the
love
connection though. I feel like Wendy is well connected in New York. 'cause she's in
Yes.
New York, and Ray J is West Coast, and he got business out there. She got stuff going on here. It's an alliance. I feel like it's more strategic. Like he
Everything
know
is-
Wendy can do stuff for him in New York.
yeah, well, not only that. So like,
And he can do stuff for her.
she got the show right. And so, like, he has like his headphones, the earbuds,
Yep.
and things like that. He could
Yeah.
they could be used as giveaways and like that. So that's a marketing scheme for
So y'all
him.
He working his New York way,
Yeah.
but when she come to LA, he can make phone calls
That's
for
what
her.
he did with
Yeah.
Diddy.
So
he
y'all
did
don't-
that same thing with
So
Diddy.
y'all don't think
Yeah.
he heard drug running like he was for Whitney?
No, man.
I don't think.
Whitney.
I don't think.
I don't think
first
she
of all,
needs
I
it,
don't.
'cause she
I
got
don't
niggas
think.
in New York,
I don't.
yeah.
First of all, Wendy was doing drugs way before Ray J.
Ray
Ray
J
J wasn't even
Ray
born
J is
when
like
she was doing
Ray
drugs.
J. If he's 40, Ray J not even 40. Is he?
No, he's not 40.
Wendy has stopped doing drugs. Now
Okay, but
she's hanging.
she still got the connections.
She do. Yeah.
her connections is dead.
She look like
No,
she
they
shoot
not.
needles. She like she shoot needles in her ankles. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't
But I'm
do
just
that.
saying, Wendy's had her connections. Whitney had connections way
All right, let's move
before
on.
Ray J.
Right,
Yeah.
we'll move on.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Shout
I'm
out to
being a little
Wendy.
messy
You
today. I
being
shouldn't
real
have did
messy.
that. So there was another interview that came. I don't know if y'all remember the singer Nivea. You remember
Yes.
singing this?
Yeah.
Was she
God.
married to Dream or something like that?
Yes. No, she's married. That's not the
Yeah, she
same.
did marry Dream. Yep.
That's not. Why did I think of the same woman that was married to Alicia Keys' husband?
No.
No, that's you. Her name is Mashonda, I think.
Yeah.
Sean. Okay, I get it mixed up. But yeah, but Nivea, of course, right now she's hot top because
She's trending.
She's trending. She's on a new show, Entourage. If y'all have, not Encore on BET.
Encore.
It comes on
Oh,
Wednesday
yeah,
nights
yeah, I
at
watched
10.
that. None of them
good
girls
show?
can sing though.
They can sing.
No, that's gonna be first of all.
No.
They too old. Y'all gotta watch this show.
Yeah.
These women are
Don't
the
do that.
oldest women in
Don't
the
do
game.
that.
I'm gonna tell her how the tit is.
It's your opinion.
These women are the oldest women in the game. There's only one probably decent looking one. That's Ronnie DeVoe's
Ron
wife.
DeVoe's wife.
She probably the one that probably even the girl from the girl with
Total.
the deep voice from Total.
Yeah.
Deep voice from Total. Who
Yeah.
sings
Pam.
The masculine one.
Masculine
Pam.
one.
She's on the show.
She's on the show. But come on, she looked like
She
about
can
100.
sing though. She
But
sounds
she
good.
looked like she's 60 years old.
She just looked like she had a drug or
She
two.
cannot
but she
dance.
not-
None of them can dance.
So what
And
they,
then you
what
got
they-
another
what they
girl
doing,
from
trying to- What they trying to do? Put a group together?
So yeah, you
yeah,
want me-
putting like all these.
do you
ladies
want
together.
to
Older-
explain the concept of the show?
The
and then-
concept they
No,
put-
first of all, tell all the people that's on the
Oh,
show.
encore.
Okay, I don't know,
It makes sense
So
now. Okay.
I'm gonna tell all
This
all the
is
show.
this is
and
their
then-
final. This is their final
Well, let
chance.
me say this. I'm gonna tell
So
all.
Curtis
I'm
been
last,
closed.
last,
gonna
last
tell
call,
all the
right?
people that's on the show, and Arnold's gonna explain the concept of the show.
Last
so
act.
all the people. The show is called Encore. All the people that's on the show is Ronnie DeVoe's wife, and she used to be a part of the group. Dang, I forget the name of the group.
I forget too.
Boom
Yeah.
like an 808. I forget the song. The name of the group.
She was part of 702.
No,
No,
that
she
wasn't
wasn't part
702.
of
That was oh my god.
She
I'm
on there
embarrassed.
too.
Natari.
The girl from she's on the show.
But
with
one
the,
of them
from
from
Ghost.
702.
no,
was on.
the girl from the Ghost was a part of 702.
So that's what I'm saying.
But those two girls,
One of the girls. Is
one
on
of the
it.
girls is on the group.
Or two of them. I think both of them are from 702.
No, okay, let me explain.
go ahead.
Let me. I'm gonna look up.
Thank
So
you. Let's,
you got-
let's get real. Let's
so-
let them look it up and give us
no,
the
but
real.
tell the
Let
show.
me say-
Who's on
so
the show?
you got
Ronnie
you got
DeVoe.
Shamari from
Shamari is Ronnie DeVoe wife.
for Ron DeVoe. I
Can you
can't
look
think
it
of
up,
the name of
Dave?
her group. But I should like that group.
All right.
And then you got the girl from the Cheetah Girls. She's
She was
also
from Black.
from yeah, okay. Shamari was
Hey,
from Black, the
can
group
you,
Black.
You got the whole list? Oh, you know the whole list. Go ahead.
Yeah, Shamari was from the group Black. You got the two girls from 702, but not the
Not the
dark
lead
skin one that
singer.
can really sing.
Right.
Oh my God, their bodies got weird.
Oh,
But anyway,
my-
we'll go
one
back
of them
into
don't have
them.
a neck. But
Then
go
you
ahead.
got the two girls, the two twins from Cherish.
Okay.
That they can still
I don't
sing.
know what church is, but go ahead.
I
there
never
was a
heard of
group
them.
that was,
I never heard of them tell.
Oh, they
Encore.
were bad back. They had a couple of good albums.
But
good
I give them
songs.
credit, but I'll
They
let
can
you
still
finish.
sing.
I
She
know
had
about to
this-
say you better say good albums. They ain't had no, good
they had
albums.
two songs. Two songs.
right.
So that's the twins from Cherish. You got the girl from Total, Pam, and I'm gonna talk about her too because she really is going crazy on this stuff.
okay.
And then you got the girl
Amorosa.
from
Not Amorosa.
you got the girl from the show
Danny
again.
DeCane.
Danny
Kane.
DeCane. What's her name?
Aubrey
Aubrey.
O'Day.
Aubrey.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
on the show. She got huge too.
And she
Did
looked
she?
terrible.
And
She
like
had so many
God.
facelifts.
And then,
Lord.
well, did we get all of them? I got all of
So
them.
you got
And then you got
Lamisha.
Nivea.
I
You
don't
got
know who the-
Nivea. You got Nivea on the
Oh,
show.
he gonna get. You got the whole list.
yeah, I got the whole list.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
you got Keely Williams.
Is there
and that was she's from. She was from the group
is there a clip for the promo of Encore on YouTube?
3LW.
3LW, yeah.
3LW.
Okay, she was from 3LW.
Just a promo clip.
You got Aubrey O'Day from Danny
Okay.
Kane, or from
Yeah, yeah.
Danny Kane.
You got Nivea.
You got Shamari Fears. That's Ronnie DeVoe's
Rose
wife.
wife. She the
Right.
best looking
She look
one. on
good.
it.
All right, let's get to the meat though.
Lamisha.
Talk about Nivea real quick.
Grinstein.
So,
Okay.
but the
Oh, he gonna say the concept of the
but
show.
the concept of the show was to bring all these ladies,
Old artists.
together to make one hit group,
A group.
a group.
All of
eight
them. It's
girls.
like 5 of them.
It's nine
it's
of them.
8 of them.
8 of them.
There's one group. 8
It's gonna be
people.
one group of 8, and they supposed to do this concert.
Wow.
And they living in this one big house together.
Wow.
Actually,
It's
it's
just
10
drama.
of them.
10 of them. Okay, I thought.
Wow.
But one of them is supposed to be the creative director.
But no, she's supposed to came to do the show. Then she decided herself she's gonna be the creative director.
Okay, but she's not
That's
performing.
but she not.
Oh my
but-
She
God.
can't sing.
But
either.
first of
It
all,
sounds like a
but
mess.
this will tell you, all the group. They first of all they all washed. The only people that's really good is to me that can make the group.
Shamari.
If Shamari and the twins, I give the twins credit. They
they're
decent
not the
looking.
cutest.
They not, but they
Is that
decent.
the King twins
The
or
Cherish. The girls from Cherish.
Cherish.
So
Grinstein?
Yeah. So anyway, the show is good.
Misha
So
and-
Nivea is trending because
Nivea is trending because she did a recent interview with Candy from Housewives of Atlanta, and she talked about all her abuse. You talk about somebody. You saw the movie Precious. She went through all that besides the AIDS.
Her mama.
Her mom.
I would say-
I think Dream was abusive too.
Every man she been with was abusive. She got.
I think she messed with Lil Wayne too, right?
Yeah, her mother
I know
was.
Lil Wayne wasn't
her
here.
mother was on drugs real bad. So her mother pretty much sold her to the guy that got her into the business.
okay.
So the guy was like in his 40s. She was only 16, 15 years old, living with this man, full out relationship, having sex, and the mother didn't even care. She said her mother cared, but she ain't do nothing about it. So I'm thinking the man probably paying the mother off. And when she got big with him, he was beating her up, blah, blah, blah. She left him for another guy that pimped her out. And she said they knew that she was a freak, so they said, well, you might as well get paid for it. So anyway, she got a big break when she was with this. She sung the song with your boy from Murder Inc. That song I can't.
Ja
think of-
Rule?
Danger. Been so
Oh,
long.
yeah, Mystical.
Mystical.
She's been on. So it's,
Maybe that
that's-
wasn't Mystical.
That's
He
when she
from,
blew up.
No Limit.
No,
Yeah,
that,
No Limit.
Yeah.
but that's when she blew up from that song. From that on, but the woman been through so much. If y'all get a chance, just
I
go
think
to
she has a
YouTube.
child by Wayne
She has a
and Dream.
So then she ended up,
And Dream.
so she dated Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne tricked her into quitting pretty much because he saw that she was getting big, and he stopped her so that his career can go up. And then once he stopped her, he ended up marrying Toya behind her back.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So
No, he was already married to Toya.
he wasn't married to Toya. He got married. She didn't even know they were dating at the same time, and he ended up marrying Toya.
But Lil
Without,
Wayne, but to me, it seemed like Lil Wayne wasn't interested. And it seemed to me, I don't believe some of the stuff,
Wayne
'cause
has Wayne has some bangers.
That's what I'm saying. Wayne's career was going to take off anyway.
Man, he has
At
some
one
bangers.
time, Wayne was the biggest artist, not just rap artist. He was the biggest artist.
He got a baby by Toya, Nivea, and is it Christina Milian?
Nah, the
Nah,
girl
Laura London.
Laura London.
Lauren London, yeah, Lauren
She
London.
made sure she
And
got.
Letitia Thomas. I don't know who that is. But you're right. You're right. He was messing with Nivea before he was messing with Toya.
Toy. He was.
Nivea, she quit her career to support his career, thinking that because at one time she was really moving quite quickly, quite swiftly. She was on the verge of being
Sure.
like, the entourage.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, let's see.
Encore.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So if y'all have not, if listeners out there, if y'all ain't checked this show out, y'all gonna love it.
This
you
just
know.
to get a visual of it, the promo. So.
We should come up with a woman empowerment record together as women.
This is my second chance, and that's why I'm here.
Everybody is here because they have something to prove.
We need hit music.
How you supposed to have a vision for everybody if you don't have music?
I ain't trying to be the girl still in the other girl's parts.
The time lapse is almost impossible.
How are 9 girls gonna be in a group together?
You don't want to be in a group. You're obviously not creative director. So what are you? A starter?
I'm the producer.
No, I'm the producer in this house.
You don't do in this house.
That's my word!
They should go home, right?
There's a reason that you are here.
Goodbye. That's my final answer. How are we ever gonna get anything done?
They're making a comeback, and so am I. It's so sweet, baby.
They couldn't hear us
They
talk.
couldn't hear us
No.
talk?
All our commentary. Oh my
No,
bad.
yeah.
So,
That's good. It's cool.
but even got Cedar. Y'all remember Cedar?
Yeah, see this old school. That's man.
They
I
got
don't
her
know who
hosting.
Cedar is.
She's
I-
from BET.
You don't remember Cedar? She used to be like a cartoon character. Used to do the videos.
She still got that
buddy.
little
I
body and
bet.
everything.
I really started watching a whole lot of TV in the 90s.
But Nivea to me is the new breakout star from that show. She got the best voice on the show. I
Which
think.
one was Nivea again?
Oh, Jesus.
No, I'm saying what she looked like on it. What she looked
Well,
like.
I mean,
I can't tell you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
They
but-
always a bunch of fake hair and makeup.
But Nivea is definitely the breakout artist of that. This show.
But let me say who my favorite is.
Who?
Ronnie DeVoe's wife.
That's
Shout
Shamari.
out to him and his wife because you know what?
Shamari is
they
bad.
actually have like an open marriage.
They had,
They had over.
they had, but I think he kind of put a stop to that. He
stopped
realized
it.
everybody want her more than they want him.
Right.
So
He get there. He bring the women back. They don't want to mess with him.
And this nigga in his 50s and she's just in her 40s.
Yeah,
She's in her early 40s.
they just had
so,
twins.
So now he don't want that open marriage no
Nah,
more.
he just wasn't getting it because they bring him home.
Because she
And
was
they-
on.
and they
push
want
him-
her.
they
And,
push him
and they
aside.
kick this nigga, they lock this nigga out the room.
Hey, can you go get us some juice?
But did you see her when she was on Atlanta Housewives? You remember that? She was a housewife for one
for real?
season.
I just saw her and him do an interview and talking about being
Yeah,
open
but
marriage.
then, but she was gangster with hers on
On Atlanta Housewives. That's why they didn't.
They
return,
tried. They
didn't
tested.
bring
They
her
was talking
back.
about she couldn't dress and all that. Man, Atlanta Housewives, they was dirty. I hate we changed the subject.
No,
like
it's
that.
good.
But
I'm
remember how
moving
they
on to
used to
something
treat. Now you
Let's
got
go,
that
yeah.
girl, that model. What's his
Cynthia.
name? No, the model.
Kenya?
No, the one
Eva.
that left the show. Eve. Eve was one of the
Eva
finest
Pickford.
women in the world. Be honest with you.
Eva Marcel.
Yes, she was one
They
of the
broke her
finest.
spirit
They
down.
broke her spirit, man. They told this girl her titties was social distance.
By the time, By
They
the
messed
time-
her head
by
up.
the time-
That was before coronavirus, wasn't it?
Yo,
Yeah.
I remember that. And the
They
what's
just
that-
messed
the
her
sad
up.
Portia hurt
part.
her feelings.
You wouldn't think she was cute at all.
Yeah, but see, that's funny that Portia with her fake joints, man, gonna tell somebody that. And another thing is, look, they only hate on Eva
Portia
because
titties fake?
Everything
Yeah.
about Portia.
Everything.
all of it's fake.
But it works well on her.
It looks
I love
great
her.
though.
Yeah,
Great
she-
doctor.
She was
Great.
the hottest on the show. Eve jumped on
But Eva, they did that because Eva was the more natural beauty. Like and she had that love in the fashion world.
They messed her up
They
so
wanted to
bad,
break her
though.
down. Yeah.
You know
They
what?
brought her down,
I
man.
will say, and y'all don't really like her, but I still like Kenya because Kenya has looked like that ever since the 80s and
Kenya
90s.
fake too though. Her body, her face,
Yeah.
and everything.
She's, not,
fake.
she's claiming it to be real though.
No, she's her body has looked that same way. Now, I'm not saying she ain't had no lipo or nothing like that because her ass ain't want to work out.
And I noticed Kenya was actually a big actress in the '90s too, because
Yeah, she did a couple of C-list movies.
She started when what's his name? What's that?
Vanessa Williams.
Vanessa Williams.
JJ Cool. What's his name? Cool J. Cool J.
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J. Right. He had a little sitcom that
Okay.
She was his
that-
girlfriend on
and
that
she
show.
was his girlfriend.
Well, look,
yeah.
I blame, but to your point,
In the
though,
house or something like that.
Yeah.
But to your point, I blame Eva's manager and her husband or boyfriend, or because you sending her into a show like that, you gotta have her mentally prepared. You
got
know they're
to.
gonna come for you.
But my thing with Eva,
like
You
they
already
got
know.
Kim-
They
why
already
Eva didn't be
know.
on the show because to me, when you came on that show, she should have been grand. Like I don't care if it was fake or nothing. I would have been Mariah Carey through that whole thing.
They didn't want another Phaedra.
Dude,
It don't
Or
matter. That's what
or-
they
or
needed.
She by
No,
Sheree.
I'm
She
just
tried to
saying,
come
but
on that
what's
job.
her
Even whatever
accomplishment?
she's
But
gonna
what
do,
I'm
she
saying,
still
her
need to be ready
accomplishment-
for it. She need to be
Her
ready for it.
accomplishments was she should have been not disrespected like she was on that show. Another person that was on that show, Kim Fields.
Oh,
Kim
yeah,
Fields
they
is
broke-
an icon.
Oh, yeah,
They broke Kim
They
Fields
broke
down.
her
Oh,
down.
But see, you know, Kim tried to carry like she was a real legend. She was like, listen,
She is a legend.
she's like, this is beneath me.
She's doing
She should've been.
Netflix. She's doing Netflix shows. She's not a real legend.
Well, you know, okay,
Netflix,
so hold
people
on.
get paid on Netflix.
Here's the question. What's the highest, an icon or a legend?
That's a good question.
I think
I would
an
think a
icon-
legend.
No, I
think
said
an
legend
icon.
because icon is right here, like you hear now. Legend is you gonna stay there, like
Yeah,
you
you
always
been you
there.
legend. To be a legend, that means you have a life.
You got power afterwards, right?
Yes,
It's like you been
but
born.
she don't
You been
have
born.
that power.
Like I
Yeah.
listen,
Kim Fields ain't less, so she's the icon.
Yeah,
Kim
because she don't have that
She's
power
iconic
now.
because we remember
She's
her as
iconic,
Tootie.
but she's more.
And
When it's
every-
Tootie.
yeah,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
still remember her as Tootie.
No,
Just like-
Regine.
No, Tootie.
She
and
always-
Reggie.
Hold on,
That's the thing.
she was Regine. She was Tootie. She was also on Good Times.
I
Yeah,
don't
for
know
a
about
little
she was.
spell. For a little spell.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying, but
She got
the thing-
burned, right,
but-
on
but
Good
No,
what
Times.
that
I'm
was
saying-
Janet Jackson got
That was
burned.
Janet
Oh,
Jackson.
okay,
That's-
okay, okay.
But what I'm
Her
saying,
mama burned her though.
Her mom-
Her mama burned her.
Yeah, exactly.
And her
Her
little
mother did
sister,
burn her.
her little sisters had big
Right.
roles.
But what I'm saying
She
is,
was
but
on,
you still got to
Brandy's
give Kim
show.
Fields credit
She's-
as being
I'm
a
saying
black.
she's an icon.
She's iconic.
She's
You know what I'm
iconic.
She was on Different Strokes though.
Different strokes. So she's an icon because she got real hit shows.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
She got hit,
you know,
y'all
Facts
gonna
of
get mad at me.
Life.
Y'all
you
get mad at me
know,
when I say this, but I would put Kim Fields the same category as Felicia Rashad or
Yes.
somebody like that.
I would.
I think she's a,
yeah,
I would
yeah.
think about it. The average person. I want y'all to ask. You know, y'all children. You got teenager. You got
Man, it ain't
one
about them.
20 years.
It's not about them.
No.
But
Think
I'm
about it. But
saying-
those
Okay,
are the
can I-
ones.
I'ma just
Those are the
respond
ones
to
who
him if I
they're
could.
making the shows for. You know what I'm saying? How many people are watching them? Or
It
they
ain't- but
because
you
they don't
missing
even
the
know who
point,
they
Dave.
are.
You missing the point, Dave.
No, that's why she's not.
like
That's
saying-
why she's not a legend, though.
Yeah.
So we agree with you, though. She's an iconic because she got hits.
She's a legend too in the
She ain't a legend,
in
though.
the acting.
She ain't a
And the
legend.
She ain't no
acting.
legend, nah,
Well,
man.
it-
Like people respect
so
her
my
in
thing
acting.
is this:
Yo,
our children don't know these people.
Yeah.
Tito said, "Why are you following a bitch ass nigga?" That's what Tito said. I guess he's talking about when you say you follow Wendy Williams' ex-husband.
I mean, because he a businessman. I follow people that's
Tito
making
also
money.
said Pam can sing. That's what I said. The girl from Total, she can sing. I
That's
don't know
what
what
I said.
she
Pam
did.
can sing.
I said she got.
I was
I
shocked
mean-
because I always thought she always had that, kissing you. It was
Nah,
like
Pam
no,
was
but-
the lead
she
of
was
that
the lead
joint.
singer.
I know, but on this show, she sound like a soulful singer. I didn't know she can sing.
She can sing. She just look.
She
out
looked
of
rough.
shape. She looked like
And then
Okay.
I meant to go back.
She
I
sound-
hate to keep
she
going
sang-
back,
she
but
remind me
it
of
was
a
one part I
tenant-
wanted to talk about.
a female
So,
tenant.
Her
in the
name is
gospel
Pam
choir.
Long.
Pam.
Hey, she remind me of a female tenant in the gospel
But
choir.
Okay.
Pam said on the show that she admitted that she used to be a lesbian at one time.
Okay.
Did you see that episode?
Yes.
But she admitted she used to be a lesbian.
But
Now
now she-
Aubrey, the white girl,
Hold up. Nothing. We'll go back to that.
Aubrey, the white girl, was not hitting on her, but like kind of leaned on her, touched on her leg. Was like, while they were in the studio, was kind of leaned on her. She said, "Hold on, I don't play that. God." And she went whole Christian on her.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
talking about some
Oh,
God
my
made
goodness.
man for women, and
Then
Oh
she-
my
and then
goodness.
she said, "I admit I used to have those, but the Lord has relieved me from this."
Oh my
I
God.
was like,
Are
"What
you
is going on?"
serious?
This show is giving the drama that we had.
But yo, all she did is like talking to girls.
But look, Aubrey said, "If I was gay, it wouldn't be her."
But then she brought out the gay and everybody because they had the meeting, and then the girl from Cheetah Girls, she jumped out talking about you offended her because she was a lesbian.
She's a lesbian. Everybody came out and started saying that.
They were
And
something.
Shamari, of course, Shamari eating
Hey,
pussy.
shout out to females. Because females are the only ones who could be gay for a year or two, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm not gay. I'm straight now," and it'd be like, "Okay." You know what I'm saying? Like females are the only ones can do that.
I like
dudes,
girls now.
Dudes can't like, I'm gonna be gay this year.
No, you can't.
And then
Men
next
can't
year
do
I'm gonna be straight
Well,
again.
one thing about
I just looked at a couple pictures of Pam. She looked rough.
Now,
I will give
yes,
you
she
that one.
does.
Yes.
She does.
And she can't move.
She didn't ever look that good. All
But
that
she
good
wasn't even
anyway.
dancing with
No,
them.
back
Like,
then
used to go to
when
the
she was
side.
total, she was giving
She was
the
smooth.
brat to me, like masculine, sexy.
She had them shades on.
Okay, so I just want to take the conversation back to the legend icon thing.
Oh, good.
Okay, go ahead.
Just to be like, so Martin is a legend.
Yes.
Like Martin is a legend.
He's
right?
not an icon.
Eddie
He
Murphy's
bigger than an icon.
Eddie Murphy's a
So
legend.
legend
Murphy.
is bigger than icon.
Yeah, because
Yes.
because a legend is like you live on, like that's gonna live forever. That's
Your legacy
That's
is
what I
always
said.
going to
like
live
like
on.
kids now know Michael Jackson. That's why he a legend because
He's
kids
a
now
legend.
know
Beyonce
Michael
is,
Jackson.
is considered a legend, not an icon.
She's coming into that status.
She's
She's
legend
not there
status.
yet.
She's not
Still
there
an
yet.
icon, but
She's an
She's an
icon.
icon, but she's
she'll
not
be
a legend.
Janet Jackson, legend or icon?
Legend.
Who? Janet
Janet
Jackson.
Jackson.
Because of her brother, I might
Yes.
give her because of her
brother.
Because of her
Not,
brother.
not just off of her fame.
Her own talent plus
But you
her
know
brother.
what? I would say Janet Jackson.
Iconic is
why
current.
Why
I think
Janet?
legend is-
why
is-
Janet?
is
is-
respected.
Legend is going to be always
Legend-
respected.
Always
Yeah,
You have to admit something. Even though Michael broke boundaries, but Janet broke a lot of big boundaries that people don't give her
Yes.
credit for.
Yes.
Like most of the videos, like the dances and
All of
stuff
it.
that Usher and all these people, Janet, these shows they put
And
together.
Beyonce.
Beyonce,
dude,
Janet was the one
So,
started this whole
Right.
big performance shows. And then after,
Yes.
actually, I'm not gonna say that. Y'all get mad at this. Madonna and Janet, they was the ones that was doing that.
But
you gotta
John-
think
but
about,
Madonna's
you gotta
a
think
legend.
about it. Madonna. People wasn't checking for Madonna right, like after Like a Virgin. Really, black people wasn't really checking for Madonna like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Now, but Janet Jackson already had the black crowd, but then she crossed over
crossed
to get
over, you're
everybody.
Hey, shout out to Paul Sockwell. I guess he be watching them girl shows too. He be trying to be slick about it, right? But he say Audrey is bi though, so I guess that's why
She
the girl
talks
knew
about
that.
that.
Yeah.
Right then, but he said Janet was the Beyonce before Beyonce.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was.
that
True.
definitely.
And not just that. Yeah, because Janet had hit movies too.
Yeah.
Like Poetic Justice.
And she, you got to think,
And
she
she's
was
a
in
great
Good
actress.
Times.
Janet, to me,
And she was on
people say
Different
that,
Strokes.
People say that like people. I admit, everybody know I love me some Beyonce. Like I would go to the bat for B, but her acting skills is questionable. But Janet
Yes.
has done some
Legit.
legit
Yeah.
roles.
Like
Poetic Justice, Tyler Perry joints.
said he was very grateful to get her to actually do his
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
When she did that job.
When she went crazy with that daggone golf stick, I was like, Janet
She
is.
about to beat Malik Yoba ass.
She,
Yeah, she
and
good.
that's
actress.
he died in every movie. He go, but anyway, we ain't gonna go back.
He died in
to that.
Oh,
every-
don't talk
He
about
even
Ray
died
Lord,
on the
Ray
series.
Lord.
He died on everything. But anyway, but Janet. So Janet is. She's not. She's more than icon.
She's a legend.
She's a legend.
She's
now.
a legend.
Janet's a
Like,
legend.
like I
Janet's
would
a
say,
legend.
Anita Baker is a legend.
Yeah.
No, it's music legend. Yes.
Music
okay.
legend.
Okay, that's what we talking
Yeah,
about. though.
Okay.
No, only reason why, because I hate to say it, white people don't know Anita. White people don't know Anita.
No, they do.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
know.
they
They
it.
do. They know
I-
No, she
Not
did,
like white
she
people
did,
know
I think she,
Janet.
No,
first
but
of all,
you can be a legend. In your
what you got to
certain
think about
field,
it.
though.
You got to think
different-
about it. I think she did a Vegas residency.
Residency. Yeah.
So,
she did.
so if you do a Vegas residency,
Yeah, no.
you were definitely a legend.
So is Mariah a legend or icon?
she's a legend.
She's a legend. 'Cause
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Mariah crossed
She's a
over
legend.
about 2-3 generations.
It's
man.
like Whitney Houston
Yeah.
became a legend. She
Yeah.
was iconic.
Like New
but
Edition.
then
New
she
Edition is a
became-
legend.
they legend.
New Edition is definitely
Legend.
They
legend.
Legendary
legend.
group.
All groups are
Temptations legends.
legends.
Yes.
They legends. Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Legend.
Marvin Gaye.
Our legend.
Legendary, yeah.
That's That's
Like,
you know,
like if you
can't
grow
even-
up and watch TV, you're gonna hear Marvin Gaye, Grapevine.
But
You're
that's
gonna hear
when,
something.
but that's when you go back about Tootie. I mean, Kim Fields.
Kim
You-
Yeah.
Nobody's
That's what- but listen, let me
nobody's
say-
going back to Tootie
You
though.
could, but no. What I'm saying is,
But-
people respect her game. She was.
No, we saying she's an icon, but we don't know if
She's
we
a
give her her
legend.
legend. Maybe,
She's a
maybe
legend
you
in
might
it.
you might be right. I can't argue.
She's a legend.
but I don't feel it.
Ask the audience. Ask the audience what they say
I don't
about
feel it.
what
I
they say
think
about
because-
Kim Fields.
Because I think that Kim Fields is a legend in the black acting. Like she's the one.
No, she because
She's like-
She was
because
a
Kim
top-
don't. No,
First of
'cause
all,
Kim
she
don't have
one
no,
of the child stars
hold
that
on.
actually made
So,
it.
so,
Kim
so,
got
so just
three-
think about it. Just think about
She
it.
got 3 sitcoms that are hits, but she got no movies.
Yeah. So
No,
so think
but
about
I'm
it.
saying, but
Think
that's-
think about all the sitcoms that she was on. She was
She wasn't a star.
she was not the star on any of them.
That's true.
No, but if you go
She
back,
was not the star on
but
any
look,
of them.
okay.
Even living single, it was
She
either
was-
bet-
she- no, she
it was-
wasn't.
It was
She
between,
wasn't a
it
star.
was
No,
between
they
Queen
co-star.
Latifah and Erica
No,
Alexander.
they was the
Queen
she was
Latifah
the co-star.
But no, but they did. If you look at the thing, it always say and like they'd say Queen
And-
and then
yeah,
they say
yeah.
and Kim
So-
Fields. So,
so
it did give her
She
credit.
almost
No,
stood
she was-
out on Facts of Life. She wasn't a star, but she almost stood
But no,
out.
check this
Yeah.
out.
She
If
was
y'all
black.
She was black.
But
yeah,
if you
yeah.
go back, if you go
And she
back,
always had on roller skates.
but if y'all guys go back to the 90s and look at like the old Arsenio Hall show, okay, when the group when they move,
Who
when
the
the
fuck
living,
does that?
I go back and watch videos. That's what I do. So if you go back and look at Arsenio Hall,
Yeah.
right, and then when
That's not gonna make
when
her legendary,
single,
though.
Hold on, but when
Living
Single they first was coming out, the whole show that time they was trying to interview Kim Fields more than Queen Latifah. She was bigger than Queen Latifah and all of them at that time.
Yeah, okay, so
she
so,
was the
so-
highs
so-
at that time.
because she came through Good Times, all this. Well, not Good Times, but she came
Well,
through
I'm saying
Facts of
at
Life.
that
She different
time,
strokes,
she did-
all that stuff.
no.
Shout
she
out to
didn't.
Paul. Paul said Queen Latifah is a legend. Kim
Yes.
Fields isn't on that
Queen
level.
Latifah.
Thank
is,
you.
Is Queen Latifah a legend?
I think
Yeah,
so.
she is.
a
She's
legend.
definitely a legend.
She did.
Come on, she had a
was
she
she
had
She
got
show.
a Grammys.
She has
did
talk
talk
shows.
shows.
She's done albums. She's
She's
done
almost
movies.
lost. She's almost lost as
She's
the,
done
as the
everything.
number one
And
female
talk about
rapper,
an
right?
actress acting, she can act.
And,
Yeah,
right,
she
she's,
definitely acting.
she's the first female rapper that really blew big, right? Not the first female rapper. She ain't the first female rapper.
She
but
the first one
blew
that got
big,
Grammy.
though. Commercial.
that
Yes,
was able to
commercial.
Because she the
Commercial.
first
Is
female
there any
rapper
other
to get it.
female?
Like
female
she
rapper?
got a hit that everybody still play now. UNITY.
But Dave,
Who you calling a bitch?
Are there any other female rappers that are
I'm not
that
a-
are act like I consider the top rapping actors LL Cool J, Will Smith, and Queen Latifah. I don't know nobody else on that level.
Ice Cube.
Ice-T.
Ice-T,
T.I.
Ice Cube, you're right.
T.I.
T.I. No, not T.I.
He not
T.I. is a
well,
good
T.I. got a lot of acting, Joe. Hold on,
T.I.
hold on, hold on.
But he ever got no these people.
Joe,
I
he did
named
with Lauren
all-
London. What was the one he did with Lauren London?
This
Atlanta,
ATL.
ATL.
Yeah, but look, the top
But that was a
five.
B movie.
But hold on, y'all. The top five that
That was
I
a B
just,
movie.
the top five that I just said, rappers that became actors, they all got Oscar nominations.
Yeah, they
LL ain't
got
get-
long,
LL got
they got
Oscar, now, I
longevity.
forgot.
They got
Okay.
longevity
Who the hell
career.
got-
Not
get an
Oscar, but he got Emmys and stuff from
When?
from L.A. Law and all these other shows he's been on. He always
Yeah,
got.
he got that, and then
Yeah, yeah.
he's still
So-
on NCIS.
so-
you
so-
got
hold
you
on.
got to think.
Is
Ice T's been
I see. He talking about LL.
okay?
LL's
LL
been
too.
LL's been on NCIS for like the last
Yeah, yeah,
10
So
years.
is
yeah.
I see a legend.
Yeah,
Ice-T's a
definitely.
legend.
LL probably a legend.
Yeah, Ice Cube's a legend.
LL's a
Queen
legend.
I
Queen
see a
Latifah
legend.
is definitely a legend.
Queen
She a legend.
Latifah's
Yeah,
a
she's
legend.
Yeah, okay.
definitely a legend.
Okay.
MC Light.
She's
She having
iconic.
the hits.
She's
And she-
iconic.
And she only did music. She's iconic.
But you know what? Y'all gonna get mad at me for saying this. These people should be legends, but they got looked upon. I mean, this is my list.
Overlooked, you mean?
Overlooked, but they should be iconic. They should be legends.
No.
MC Light should be on that list.
That's
No,
icon.
I don't think she did
No,
enough.
let me. This is my opinion. I'm gonna let y'all say.
Okay.
So I think MC Light she should be bigger than what she is. Definitely Nas should be huge.
She's a legend.
I don't understand.
Nas is
No,
considered
he
a
get
legend.
looked over. He get
No,
looked
he
over a
just
lot.
they just
He's
compare-
definitely overlooked.
I think he
But
get
no,
icon status.
he's an icon legend status. But what the
He
problem?
icon, not
No, he's a legend. The problem is they compare him to Jay-Z,
Yeah.
and that's what
That's
kind
what
of
I'm
push
saying.
him
He
out.
ain't dead. But then again, no, because he just did a deal. Nas bought into Bitcoin early.
Nah, he bought into Coinbase early.
I'm about to say because
Right.
everybody going
And he-
broke
and
because he
he
did
made-
Bitcoin.
Nah,
Dude, I'm down
no.
half, dude. I'm telling you, my money is down.
First of all, you got to think about it. So just to think about it, and 10 years ago, if you had Bitcoin, right, the same. So
it
if
didn't
you
reach $1 yet.
right, and you couldn't even buy. You needed like 10,000 Bitcoins, right, to buy 2 large pizzas. If you had 10,000 Bitcoins right now, you'll be a multi-billionaire.
Not true.
Yes, you would.
Not true.
Yeah, you would because it was
Yes,
that cheap.
you
It was
would.
that cheap.
Trust me.
It was that
Well,
cheap. Now,
You know what I'm saying? But it's still cheap. Right
No,
now,
it's not.
Dude, it went totally down.
one Bitcoin still costs like 600,
No, it's like something 40-something thousand.
$40,000.
That's
Like
the
right.
total price, dude.
So-
I'm telling you, Bitcoin.
For 1 Bitcoin. That's so. What I'm trying to say. It
I
costs
gotta mix that with
10,000
Dogecoin.
Bitcoins.
So what
Yeah,
that
yeah,
what-
yeah, yeah.
so what that got to do with
Dogecoin's
what that got to
different
do with
from
Nas? I
Bitcoin.
want us to see on the
Oh,
subject.
because Nas bought into it early on, but
And they
That's
got-
I was in,
Side.
Town.
yes,
She was the
the
wife.
mother.
yeah. I mean, I get it.
yeah.
At 63.
I'm with the guy that she was
So-
in top.
Everybody, but just
That was blowing my-
I forgot what else he played there, but anyway, that was
He said,
kind of.
"Now
was
with them
kind of cool.
pills
Those
now."
was two deaths. That was kind of 2 deaths that were that kind of shocked me this week. So anyway, rest in peace. What's her name again? Suzanne Douglas, and then also Charlie Robinson. Yo, I don't have a drink.
Yes, what I'm saying.
What? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Motherfucking mosquitoes up in this bitch. Where that AC at? Shit, where that motherfucker? Turn that motherfucker.
Why is it
back
so
on.
hot in here today?
Motherfucker, I'm burning
the
up.
AC.
Shit, this nigga, is it the lights or
Don't
what?
work as them over
Y'all
there.
niggas wild.
Did you pay the electric
Trying to
bill?
save money. Just talk to me.
Nigga, tell us. Help me, nigga.
Hey, dude, I'm sweating like a mug, man.
I'm playing it off, but this is not Vaseline, y'all. This is fucking sweat.
Tell us, man. Dude. You had to change some things so people can get paid this week. Tell us what's up, man.
Damn, I know I owe you a couple bucks, but damn, shit. You gonna sweat me out for that motherfucker?
This big like the Rip Man. You ain't gonna get no water. Coming this joint, the ice not on or nothing.
And he didn't even have no tonic. Well, he know I need tonic every show.
Oh, he been petty now.
This nigga slumming it out here now. Slum
Oh,
Lord.
y'all don't want to pay rent, right? Okay, I got
Hey, you
you.
remember
I
what-
paid my rent
You
this
remember
month.
what? You remember what the
That was
security?
last month, nigga.
Oh, it's a dude now?
Yeah,
That's why.
see?
Oh.
See? You remember what the dude told Jada Pinkett? you want the amenities, right? You got it. Come on, baby.
Yo, this is the audience out there. I just want y'all to know we are in hell right now. It is so fucking hot.
That's funny.
It's really hot.
Oh
But
yeah.
he didn't get-
I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
That's why we cut the show 30 minutes short. Today.
Got me
I
crying
can't make
I'm
it.
not crying. I'm sweating.
Anyway, shout out to Carla. Oh, listen, all the way from Jacksonville. Oh,
What's
and
up, Carla?
And Mia's on the line too. Shout
What's
out
up,
to
Mia?
Mia.
Mia. So another this is not in hot topics. I mean, but this is some article that's kind of trending right now. So a lot of fathers from back in the 70s or whatever, I'm gonna say 70s, maybe 80s, but a lot of these, like, there's been like these 2 interviews, and I should have sent them to the DJ so you can see it, where these dudes have never seen their fathers because the mothers kept them away, lying to them saying that their fathers wasn't shit and didn't want them. So in this one article, this one interview this guy did, he was 26, and his father finally found him. But the mother was mad at him, mad at the father for leaving her for another woman, that he kept the son away and made the son think that the father never wanted him or never liked him or
She
anything.
kept the son away.
She kept the son away from the father
Right.
by just saying, you know, in his head that your father wasn't shit,
Right.
your father ain't this. And he finally got with his father, and he finally know the truth. How do y'all feel about it? Do you think she should be, should he stop talking to? No, this is a black. But if you see a white one, that'll work too. But
Hey, but it's horrible though. I think it's bad. I think it's horrible. I think that fathers, we already have our challenges as it is. We don't
Right.
need the mother adding on extra. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a funny dynamic because I think a lot of mothers
We got any open bar towels?
they
God
kind of
damn.
want a lot of mothers be wanting to have a certain control with the children,
Right.
but they don't want that same amount of responsibility with the child, right?
Right.
They actually want to give the father more responsibility for the child, but they want to have more control over the child. And it don't work that way. And I'll say this. I'm appreciative of the fact that as generations go forward, judges are retiring, old school judges who had a different mentality.
Yeah.
It's always on the woman's
And there's
side.
young judges now who understand, you know what I'm saying? They got these judges now,
They go by
got
experience,
families.
yeah.
Yeah, they got families who have kids, mixed blended families. So
Right.
they come out of that. And so they're not going with this, the woman's always right, or that you know what I'm saying? They're holding them more accountable than I think back in the day. You couldn't have got, men didn't get no break.
Well, the thing about it is, I look at it two ways. One, as a father, sometimes you get looked at
You
as
definitely was a father. What you like, Aiden? I mean,
that you should still try to sort out your child and have a relationship with your child, no matter what, because you could circumvent the court in the situation to go around the mother.
See, that's
that's one thing, and also what a lot of women don't understand, whether if the man is good or bad, right? That's not for you to decide,
decision, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's for that child to be able to see. So, like, a child needs, a lot of times, a child needs just to have an example, whether it's a good or a bad example. They can follow in that footsteps or go the total opposite way, but they don't have that option if they're never there, so they don't even know which direction to go in.
Absolutely.
My thing is, regardless, the truth is going to come out. The child going to know the person for they is. Now, I'm going to say this, and I can talk about my personal situation. I have a great parents. I always say I have a father and I have a mother. But my mother raised us. But I've never, growing up, I've never remember my mother ever saying anything bad about my father.
she never.
She never in front of us, no matter if my father
Never talk down about him.
Never,
or
no
make
matter
sly comments.
if he ever let us down, she picked it up so that we wouldn't know. We didn't even know what was going on.
She covered it, so
like,
that-
like if our father said he was gonna come and get us this weekend,
She'd
and
be
he
like,
couldn't do
You
it.
wasn't sitting on the porch waiting?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna get into any logistics. But what I'm saying is, my mother was great at that. Like if she knew that there was a situation, my mother was there. She'd be like, "Oh, you know what? Your dad probably not gonna make it. So, but I had already had these tickets to go to the circus. So let's go to the circus." You know, she always
fixed it.
She always fixed it. So I think it's new, but don't worry about it. We just talking about it. They get the logistics.
right.
But I'm just saying. I just like I say I appreciate my mother. Not that my father was a bad father. I'm not gonna say
you got
that.
some AC over there?
Right.
yeah. Hey, you got an old one?
Not
Old one or a new one?
maybe
We don't
should
give a
move
fuck. As long
under
as
the
that
fan.
motherfucker work.
But what I'm saying is not that my father was a bad father at all. But I'm just saying I just know that my mother was
took a
there
lot.
more,
She
and
stepped up.
she swept a lot under the table, and then we saw stuff as we got older, and
She let us figure it out.
She let us figure
She
stuff
didn't like
out.
jump into it. Shout out to Glow. Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while, Glow. Glad to see you
She
back.
done changed the name up. That's
Glow
the problem.
Facts. And then Glow Facts, yeah. So she said, a woman should never keep a child away from their father and the exception of safety.
That's true.
Only an exception of safety,
That's right.
And even then, the child should know who he is.
That's right.
Right. So yeah.
Have an idea, have a picture or
Well,
something
'cause
like
that's
that.
the thing. Like that's the thing. Like even eventually the child is gonna know.
Right.
They're gonna figure out. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna know if your parent good
It's
or bad.
a new day up in here.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, and I always under the conclusion like
Ronnie just cashed out when he turned the L on now.
Yo.
Thank you.
Blame Ronnie.
Thank you, Hot Ronnie.
And he let that mosquito up in here too.
I didn't.
Coming late.
But I just don't understand why. And then to me, how do fathers allow it to happen? Like I never understood how. A
Well,
father
see,
can-
a lot of times, you gotta think about it. Most men are non-confrontational in the first place, right? No, on all levels. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not trying to be confrontational, and then we know that it does no good for a child if you always have an argument with the mother. And then if you going on, and she's probably bitter because you with somebody else now.
Right.
It doesn't do you any good or the child any good to
Right.
see y'all arguing now. So sometimes you just gotta let things go. But you know, it's like when time comes,
Sure.
those things will
Right.
clear up.
And
And,
then
it's like sometimes it may or may not be too late, but we just know that we couldn't handle. You know, a lot of times as men you can't handle the
And
situation.
then it become a habit. Like for instance, it is slowly okay. She's acting like this. I'm gonna stay away for a month or so.
Then
a month
next you
turn
know-
into a year.
Yeah, it
a
just
year
get
turn
past.
into
Okay,
5
so
years.
that-
It just become a.
That happened to me a lot of times. My
Yeah.
kids, you know, as they were coming up very young, me and their mother would have differences. And so we would start off, we would always go back to every other week. But when we had those breaks, 5 months would go by. I ain't see my kids.
Right, but it
Wow.
wasn't. But it just became like.
Because the break, we don't
Right.
speak for the first 4
Right.
weeks. And then another month go by, and then the third month, right? She'll call up and be like, I need you to really get the kids. I have a doctor's appointment, something crazy, whatever. Not crazy, but I say, okay. And we'll start back to every other week again. Or I will try to get them for something every other week again. But then we will always fall out. And like we never could get longer than like a 5-month run of every other week. You know, after 5 months, it's going to be a break for
Did
2
was
months,
your-
3
did your
months,
kids-
5 months.
Was your kids, was they mad at you because of that?
No, my kids were not mad at me because of that. But their mother, shout out to her. She good people's right now, right? But
now.
when we were younger, she did try to sell them on sometimes. She would make shady remarks about me. She didn't never say I was a bad father, but make shady remarks. And what she wanted kind of the kids to take her side against me, right? Just to be opposite. But, and my kids, I would say this, my kids, we did have a fallout. Both of my kids, my son and my daughter, had a fallout like about high school years. We had this little fallout, this little break, you know what I'm saying, where they like, I don't mess with him. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? And just avoid me.
Oh wow.
But ultimately, they got older, they come back around.
Well, that's what I said.
And everything I taught them
Eventually it will come.
all their life, it started coming out. That's why I'm saying what you put in them is the most important thing.
Like I
Because
mean,
if you're
'cause
putting the
even-
good stuff inside of them, it's going to come out of them. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, they start seeing stuff. Okay. Now, like you said, whether
may not
if you're a
first
bad
resonate.
father or a bad mother, they're going to
They
realize
eventually figure it out.
who is the jerk.
Because like even like I even
Absolutely.
in my situation, I would say,
you are
I
the bad dad.
Terrible.
I'm a better grandfather than I
Yes,
was a
you are.
dad. No, I'm just joking. I was a good dad. I don't care what nobody say. But what I'm saying is, I was an excellent father. But no, what I'm saying is, there was times that I probably should not
That was a
have
good
said
president.
said things about her mother to
To the
her.
Republicans.
But you did.
Yeah.
But I did, and I'm sure she did. But like I said, my
Like I said,
daughter-
it wasn't always, it was some shade thrown, right?
like I wish I'd have took my mother's approach. So like I used to think growing up that my mother's approach was
Weak.
But I understand why she made the decision she made.
Because you can appreciate it now.
yeah, because
No,
if
it ain't that you understand why you appreciate it because you still wish she could have, you know.
I don't know.
went for the-
Don't
went
speak for
the-
me to say you wish.
No, let's be honest with you.
No, go ahead. You speak for yourself.
No, what
I
I'm
know we
saying,
got
you
the same
keep saying
mother.
your mother was weak. I think my mother
No,
was
I
strong
said-
in that sense.
No, he said he used to think
See-
that, but he said he understands now what it was, and he said he wish he had taken the same approach.
So what was it to you? Like,
No, I'm just saying, like in my approach,
Because he
if I
realizes
was
that
arguing
the kids
when
get
I was
older-
mad, when I was mad at my daughter's mother,
you
I
wish you
said
had,
things in front of her that I should not have.
you wish you
Okay.
had been
And
more encouraging.
Right, and then like I think some of the stuff that I said has caused friction in their relationship.
Sure.
Okay.
And I'm just like some
Okay.
probably stuff that she said to her probably caused friction in me and her relationship.
So you
When
wish that we
shoulda-
had approached
I
it
should have
differently.
did the approach that my mom did. My mother never, growing up. Now I ain't say she. As we got older, we learned things. But I'm just saying, my mother has never bad
bad
talked
about
my
it.
father.
Disparage it, right? Yeah,
Never
yeah,
talk
see,
about it.
she let you experience it. She let
for
you
yourself,
see
yeah.
it.
Because
But
she couldn't
even
do
so,
nothing.
but even so,
And not that
coming
my
up,
father was
like
bad.
she
My
said,
father wasn't a bad
he wasn't
father.
a bad dude. What I'm saying, but what I'm saying, it becomes to a point like what you said. He'll miss a weekend, the next weekend would go to a month to a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it wasn't like it wasn't like
Yeah.
neglect. It was just he get into his regular routine life.
And my
just-
mother
we just-
picked up like when if he
And
wasn't there,
she was filling in a lot of space for y'all too. So
she
y'all
was just like, and she kept us busy, and like she was just like,
talent shows.
you know, she was
the
like,
gym,
okay,
right?
well, if he not gonna come, he's
Let's
like,
just do
I'm
this.
not gonna do it, you know. And then when he came, she opened him with open arms, like as if you
like
know,
nothing happened.
Like
no,
nothing
for
happened.
sure. My mother's always been. I'll be honest with you, like none of our fathers was perfect. You know what I'm saying? But I know my mother. she never said anything negative about my. Even when you know, like you can tell when your mom is hurt. Like she was hurt. My parents divorced like after like 27 years married, right? But you could tell she was hurt sometimes, but she never, unleashed on us like let us know how he had hurt her or what he had did. Like none of that. We know. All we could tell is mom hurt, and you got something to do with it. But since she's still effing with you, we can still, you know what I'm saying? So we never had to take a side.
Yeah.
That's just
Which
like
was good.
And I was listening to Kevin Hart on Howard Stern one morning, right? And then he was talking about his father and how his mother, she never talked bad about his father.
No matter how bad he was
No
on
matter how
drugs.
bad he was on drugs and all that, she never talked bad, but she allowed them to see how dumb he was.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You got to give them example. But when you have no example, all you have is an imagination.
Right.
And that
And
imagination.
then you could be like, it could have been anyway, right?
Yeah.
And so in these interviews that I saw, these women were just keeping and they were lying, straight lying to the
About the father, right.
As if the father, as if you telling the child your daddy don't want you and blah blah blah. And so all these years, these kids thought that their fathers didn't want them when their fathers actually looking for them.
But let me ask you this. Oh, so the fathers couldn't find them, but they moved out of state, or what was
Well, the two situations, the mothers left and didn't tell the fathers where the babies were. The mother got both of those situations. The mothers was mad because the father remarried, and he left her.
Vindictive.
Hey,
And so-
and look, and just for the record, for everybody out there, man, it's a lot of people out here raising kids that are not theirs.
Right.
And like women definitely got pregnant and was like, this cannot be the father of my kids. And got with a good man, and the man ain't even questioned it, right?
Right.
It's just, that's mine.
But do you respect in that case? Like, for instance,
As long as we don't know, I respect.
okay, but check this out.
I don't know.
But check this out. You messing with a woman, right?
Right.
And you get her pregnant,
Right.
but she was with a good dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know that you a terrible guy, that you know that you're not gonna be good taking care of your kid. Would you allow that kid to just? Would you step away and just allow another man to raise?
I feel
your
like
kid?
no. With the scenario I'm talking about, I hear what you're saying. The scenario I'm talking about is that there are women who don't let the real biological father know that she was pregnant by him. She just went straight to another guy she was having sex with and said, "Yo, I'm pregnant."
Because they feel like they was going to be the better father.
Exactly, and they be like, "I'm pregnant."
So
and
she
we were
never
having
told
sex,
the dude.
and the dude
No.
don't even know and don't question that. But the only thing is, most times our sisters and our mothers don't let us get away with that. They be like, "That baby don't look like."
So
Yeah, you're right.
I was just watching.
How wrong the main would be like,
I was-
"Now,
was-
you know that ain't you ain't that day."
Come
I
on,
was-
dude.
to
You
earlier-
light skin, that baby black as it can.
So earlier today, I was looking at a video. Shout out to Real Earthquake on Instagram. He had posted a video where they were on
You be following bitch niggas?
divorce. What was it? Parent court or whatever, something. Whenever those court shows, right? And so the situation was
Paternity court.
paternity court. That's what it was. All right. So the situation was she was living with a dude. The dude thought the baby was his. Then she came out and said that, that's why I did what I did. Right.
I saw that. I
And
saw
then-
that. Okay, yeah.
And
I saw
then it comes out it was neither one of those dudes' baby.
So she admits that she's cheating with the dude she was living with. So the dude she living with thought was his child
Yes.
for a year or two.
And he signed the birth certificate and everything.
Everything. And then she tells him, I cheated, and it's probably not yours, or it could be not yours.
Yeah.
So then the other dude says, oh,
It
she's
looked like
pregnant.
mine. It looked
Yeah.
like my nephew.
Yeah. So to both of them, was like, it could be either of our child. It ain't neither one of their child.
Oh,
Lord.
Glow giving some good points. She said, and if the children have extracurricular activities on the weekends and the parents live 1 or 2 hours away, that every other weekend doesn't work sometimes.
That's true.
Depending on how deep the father pockets are. Can he
That's true.
afford to do that?
Well, that's true. Yeah, because
That's
when
true.
you got, because a lot of women get pregnant by deadbeats, and when I say deadbeat, I don't mean that they're no good man, but deadbeats could be sometimes you just don't have the finance.
you don't
got
have
no
the
money.
resources to do
Yeah,
what
like
you
you
gotta
live
do.
in
Or
like,
you're not willing to do what you need to do to take care of the
yeah,
children.
like you get enough money to buy a beer, you get enough money to buy a shirt, but you living in your aunt's house, and you 30,
Like,
you 40 years old.
Like I
know
tell
what I'm
you,
saying?
and hopefully nobody get offended. Like, for instance, I had someone that was staying with me, right? And I used to tell him, I just say, dude, you wake up in the morning, and you wake up and say, what I'm gonna eat today. When your baby mother wake up in the morning and say, what I'm gonna feed these kids today. That don't make you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm
deep.
saying?
Wow.
That was deep. Wow.
You wake up and say, what I'm gonna eat today. And but
yeah,
your
exactly.
baby mother waking up saying,
What am I
what I'm
gonna
gonna feed these
And
kids
see,
today.
that's another good thing about divorce. It's like, or breakup when you got separation, because they're like 4 days out of the week you got to worry about what you're gonna feed the kids, and 4 hours a week is her job. So that's no.
Yeah, man.
No, so just think about it, and we all talk about, we talked about it on this show several times, and we got ridiculed and everything, especially you, and I've talked about it in settings about how you said in your book, shout out to Love Rework,
Love. You see that? Love.
about putting a expiration date on marriage, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
That you
But
should.
see, your parents divorced, my parents divorced, right? Things like that. So, in majority of relationships, there's a divorce in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, why do we feel like that we all just gonna die together?
Absolutely.
Don't get it.
It's a great question because I think that I saw this girl named Erica. Shout out to Erica. She's an influencer on IG. Erica LaSalle. She's out of LA, and she said something. It made sense on the surface, but if you think a little deeper into it, it doesn't really make sense. She was like, "Yeah, over 50% of marriages end in divorce," but she was like, "But only like I think it's like 12 or 15%, 20%. Only 20% of marriages end in divorce where the people in the relationship make over $250,000, right?" So you're like, okay, boom. So I guess her point was, that economics,
The more money you make,
economics play
the
a
less
part
you-
into it. But my thing is that at the end of the day, that's not going to solve the divorce problem because too many people in America are not getting married because of the better business arrangement, which marriage was based out of a business. Most people are getting married because they're looking for the person that they're in love with. You know what I'm saying?
Especially
and the
in
thing
this
is,
country.
when you don't feel when you don't feel those feelings and you don't feel the honeymoon stage no more, and you don't feel moved by somebody anymore, you be like, "Is this my life? I'm gonna spend the rest of my life like this."
My life, my life.
So I
no
don't think
sunshine.
I don't even think $250,000 would keep. You can say that number, but with people who got $250,000, it's less of them getting married too, right?
Yes.
Like if you got $250,000, you probably not likely.
Nah,
and if
if
you do
you
get married,
traveling-
you will marry
So
somebody
just
else.
think about it. If you was never married, so you're not married, you never been married, you never been in a relationship more than 10 years, right? So all right, you got you making $250,000 a year. What's your possibility of getting married?
Oprah.
I'm just saying. And no,
nobody.
no, I'm saying, what's your possibility?
They're
to get
getting married.
I mean, I ain't gonna let the thing lie and say I don't want to get married.
And the thing is, when they do get married, though, when if you make that much money, you do get married. Likely, you're gonna get married to somebody who got that too.
got that
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
But I want somebody with my same.
And
on
this
my
is
level,
the thing.
but-
And this is the thing. If they're less likely to get divorced, there's other things playing into that. If we both got $250,000, guess what? I don't really need you. You don't really need me. And guess what? We can stay married.
Yeah, we don't need to
take a
we
break.
Yeah, we don't need we don't need to stay married and happy.
But all
We're
they
just
saying
not
this
gonna
way,
file
this
divorce
far.
papers.
Like if you let's not put him on the spot. Never mind.
No, but
you-
no,
you-
No,
But
what you're saying,
legit.
what you're saying is legit for the simple fact of is why file divorce papers? Because then we gotta go separate these assets, right?
Ain't
That
no
may
need.
be accumulating assets.
yeah, and exactly. And a lot of them are
That's
like,
why, but I say that's what most relationships work when you don't need each other like that. You just loving each other time.
well, you get to both choose. Like,
Right.
Which is my point with my book was you get to choose a person again after 4 or 5 years.
But
choose me
but
again.
let me ask you, with your book, did you take in accountable when you said a timeline of marriage? Did you take in time to kids, having kids too? Did you put all that in effect? When you
did
thought
not
about your
talk
book?
I did not talk about.
So if somebody say you got a 7-year window, but they have a kid in the 2 years that they married, You still saying they can break up in 5 years?
No, I feel like they should choose each other again. And here's my point. They should choose each other again. And meaning that not that they should, but saying that they should have the opportunity to choose to go back, engage again, or to go separate ways. And I've always said that I think it's fair for a couple to stay together till a child gets their foundation under them. That might be 9 years old, it might be 12, it might be 16. Till your child gets to a point where you see them getting their stride, right, in school and life, and their social skills is solid. I feel like it's a worthy sacrifice to stay together for that portion. But after that, unless it's toxic, and if it's toxic, you should break apart. And my point is that children are raised all the time in separated situations.
Well, we just talked about you talking about marriage, right? And after 2 years, look, these motherfuckers ain't even had but nothing with a one night stand, and they having kids.
Yeah, exactly. So kids are being raised with all kinds of situations. I mean, literally every time. Do you know that every time there's a big event thrown in the city, and crowds come together, somebody's meeting up that night and don't know that that's about to be the person that they're about to have a child with. They don't even know that they're going to meet at this place. They're going to talk for 2-3 weeks. They're going to start having sex. And it may be a year later they have a baby, but it started
and
with
it may be born that night.
Yeah, it conceived that night, right?
Conceived that night.
Just going to that
event.
My cousin and them be throwing a big black party in D.C., the Summer Breeze.
And we ain't never been
at
invited.
National Stadium.
Summer Breeze, that's coming up.
He ain't never
He ain't want to put us out there like that. I got you.
I got
He
you.
always, you know, John was
Same thing
that.
doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So,
And he never even invite me.
huh? No,
he never even said
we got to
that
go
to
this year. That'd be something dope to do this year. You know what I'm saying? To get out.
Nah,
But,
I don't hang out like
My
that.
thing is that I be looking at the Breeze, man. When they be at some Breeze, man, like all the folk that come in that thing, man. Every year somebody's meeting up and don't know you're about to become parents. You're gonna be co-parenting just because you came that night and you met that person, and we're gonna have sex for about 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Boom, somebody gets pregnant.
But I tell you one thing though, I was we was hanging out with Dave, and it's just a couple that's together that you didn't know.
Yeah.
That you didn't know that they got married. You know what I'm saying? Because they was friends. I mean, good friends. Where she knew all about him, he knew all about her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just funny when how
They
they got
always
together.
argue like a married couple.
They did. See, I didn't know that.
All the time I see them, they were just buddies.
They were just. It was like brothers and sisters.
It was just good to see them together. And then she talked about having a baby and stuff. And anyway, we can get into that.
Yeah, but the point being is how you can be friends first,
then-
like you did, and then they became lovers.
So y'all, we got
this is over years. This is not like overnight. This
Yeah,
is
they was
And
friends
then-
for
over
years.
decades.
Sure. I
so
get
we're
it.
almost in our 15-minute block. We still want to do your segment.
I think this was his
It's
segment.
kind of a segment, so we kind of keep flowing a little bit.
Oh, I'm
If you
sorry.
want to.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
maybe you had a okay,
A certain topic you
a
want
certain
to talk
topic.
I mean, there's a couple things I was thinking about talking.
Well, go ahead.
about,
What was you thinking?
But I mean,
Put it out there.
I like the.
Conversation now.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to understand. Like, I don't think we get that.
Hey, if that air didn't come on, we was about to cut this shit
I know.
short a long time ago.
It's still too hot for me. That's what I said. We got 15 minutes.
Hey, man, he gave him a timeline.
And I'm telling you, I'm cutting my payment $10.
Oh, okay, right.
I'm joking.
Oh, Mr. Already on discount.
Yeah. He said, "Okay." He's like
I'm
that.
joking.
Hit the button. Hit the switch.
And the fan.
I mean, normally he got nice cold Perrier water for me. And everything. I come in today, it's no Perrier.
Oh man, you was looking forward to that prayer.
I was. My stomach is killing me.
Hey, let me tell you something,
So,
man.
oh, good. Because I went to the doctor. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, doctor. Go ahead.
No, I
He's
went
about to read this.
I know. Let me tell you something,
man.
motherfucker.
Tell you something.
You go get your Perrier
Right.
damn
Get
well.
your Perrier.
Say first of all, the
Your
frequency
Perrier-
of
your money don't cost you
the frequency
Perrier.
of your
Your baby.
deposits. Yeah, it's just says Perrier just can't come. Just like,
You
I
think
need
it
my
growing
Per-
trees or
I
something?
need my Perrier. I need my green grapes. I don't see none of my stuff that we
You need your blue M&Ms and
My blue M&Ms. I got none of that
that's
today.
funny.
No, I'm just joking. So, men's health. Let's take this last 10
It's
minutes.
very important to.
Yes.
So this,
yes.
this, I pushed my physical back since January. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I pushed mine
Since
back,
that.
too.
I usually get my physical every year on my birthday.
I went and got mine.
I pushed it back like almost 4 months. So finally I got it yesterday.
week?
Was it yesterday?
Yesterday it was.
I think it was yesterday. What's today? Yeah, I got it Monday.
Yesterday.
Today is Tuesday. And so, oh God, they checked everything. Everything, if I tell you. They checked everything.
You be nervous waiting for them tests to come back?
But they haven't came back yet. I'm not really nervous as I have been before.
In the
because
past, right?
I know what's going on at. I know where I stand with most things. I mean, there were times when I was like,
Oh yeah. The last like 15 years, but yeah, I'm kind of calm now when I get my test.
right now,
like,
I'll be like, shoot.
I really don't. So I don't really worry about the test results in the first place. For the simple fact of it is, they can tell you what they see, or whatever. And if you know you haven't been doing what you're
That's what
supposed
I'm saying.
to do,
Yeah.
you know,
I've been pretty good.
You know the consequences of
Right.
it. So it's like, but a lot of things we can reverse on our own.
right?
But we just have to be willing to put in the work.
Well, I know for me, I was on blood pressure pills, so I was hoping to go back now, and he say
You don't need them.
I don't need them anymore.
No, he said you need more.
No, my blood pressure was extremely high, like almost stroke level.
Really?
When I
That's
went the
what
other
you
day,
need
and
more.
I was shocked.
Have you been
but
taking your medicine?
I probably missed a day or two, but I'm just saying.
Sound like more than a day or
it's
two.
not-
You say extremely high.
When you say stroke, like, what was your numbers?
I don't remember quite the numbers, but it was concerning.
Yeah,
Like, was your low number
it's all them
like?
damn
Was your
tight
low number
pants
like
you wearing,
150?
nigga.
180, 190.
What's your low number like 150 and up?
No. The low
Honestly.
number not that high. The low number, but
It's like 90, 80. something.
No, but if it's high,
100. Like if it's 105,
it got to be 80 is the lowest it should be.
Well,
should be
put it this-
75 really.
It'd be
I
about
don't,
80 is the lowest.
I don't quite remember the number.
The
I know
highest,
it was
mean,
at the point where he wants me to do a video conference in 2 weeks, and I need to check my blood pressure every day for the next 2 weeks, and then do a video
And
conference
take
with
your
him.
medicine.
And take my medicine.
Absolutely.
And then if my blood pressure is not at a
He gonna
reasonable
raise your-
level,
yeah.
they put me on a higher blood pressure
Yes.
thing.
Why don't you do this in the process? Change your diet up.
I've been doing.
Well,
I mean,
dude, you
I've messed
came,
up a little bit.
dude,
but
you came back off your Mexico trip and bought 8-piece Popeyes.
I
bar.
did. That was bad. But you don't
Because you say you could not eat. That trip was saving you, and you did not hear the signs.
didn't hear the signs.
God was trying to tell you
I
something,
think with
and
that
you
Popeyes
ignored
chicken
God,
that bought my
and you
insurance.
let the devil
But I'm
Popeyes.
I'm going back to my eating that I did before that trip.
No,
But what I'm saying is because I was doing really good.
But
Nothing
this is the
avocados.
thing,
I
though.
was.
But this
And then
is
you
the
was
thing.
looking for seasoning. You know what? I think that's a bigger problem in the black community, right?
Mm.
We're always looking
Come
for
on, brother.
seasoning,
Come on,
right?
That's
Whereas,
just who we are.
yeah, but see, we need the more of the bland food
Oh
because
God, I know.
because one, we're not going to eat over an exorbitant amount of it, right? And two, we know that
That's true.
we're going to eat a lot healthier that way.
That's true. But I'll
You
say
know the
this:
sad part?
the blood pressure is very hard to move by just diet.
But they say once you
So
get on,
meaning that it takes discipline and consistency and time.
but they
Yeah.
say once you get on the blood pressure medicine, you
It's
can
hard
never
to
get
get
off.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's hard
you
to get
can.
off. You can, but it's hard.
You got to lose.
Like my
maybe
wife,
30,
she been
40
taking blood
pounds
pressure
and
pills
stuff
since
like
Because
that.
listen to something.
since
too.
I married her. I
And
hope
this
it's not
other thing,
me.
too. Remember,
You are
diet.
definitely stressing.
Remember, diet does not necessarily translate into
Health.
fat.
Mm-hmm.
A bad diet, you could be slim and have a bad diet. You know,
Definitely.
And then your blood pressure.
But
doesn't
there
have-
ain't none of our problem in this room.
yeah, see, but our blood pressure also doesn't have to be up because of weight.
Yes, it does.
It could be hereditary. You know what I'm saying? So
But,
Well-
but even hereditary, that's like a myth. They like to use that in a lot of situations because you figure, my mama or my daddy was on blood pressure medicine, so most likely I'm going to be on it. But we don't. But that's because we eat the same diets.
Shout
Oh, I'm
out
with
to
you,
shout
yeah.
out to
You
Glow
know, so
Blair.
if we change our diets,
like I
up,
said, discipline, consistency,
Yes.
which we don't have a lot of in our community.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Glow Blair. She said, "Ron, you better drink more water and veggies and
Lord.
walk 30 minutes a day."
yeah, definitely.
Dang blasted.
All that stuff can help you for sure. But
Yeah.
on
That's
the
my
men's
thing,
on
I
the
know.
men's health topic, I wanted to just I think it'd be helpful for everybody is Dave, you relocated, right? So how would you go about choosing a doctor there, or would you just come back here to a doctor you know?
That's
No,
because
I-
I love my doctor. I'm not,
Because
don't care
I
my
just got
movie.
me a new doctor
No,
like
I,
two years ago.
I think we always need to change our doctors.
I
up.
would never.
And the reason
I
why
would
is that
never.
because if we keep listening to the same person, right, and we never get
They can
another
get into a
opinion,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? What are they
That's a
going to
good
do?
point.
What are they going to do to say that this is working for you? Because what you're doing right now and they give you saying like you on a blood pressure
That's a
medicine,
good
right?
point.
And they all they talking about is upping your dose. What about changing to another doctor who's gonna give you another solution?
Yeah, might tell you to do some type of diet.
Yeah.
But you're in love with this doctor now, right? So you kind of like married to this doctor,
So I'm
and
loyal
you're gonna
like
go
that, too.
dying down with this doctor instead of going to find another solution to benefit you.
So how often would you change your doctor?
As often as possible. For the
I
simple fact of
understand.
it is,
I don't know.
because you give them a chance, right?
So
But-
you mean like every 2
maybe,
years, 3
maybe
years?
2 years, every 2-3 years. But the
Okay.
simple fact of it is, right? That how many times you going to see that doctor? One.
Once a year. I mean, if everything is good, like my doctor, I go for my physical. He takes my test and everything, and he said, "Listen," he actually told me, he's like, "I'm gonna look at your test when they come in. You can see them online yourself."
Yeah.
He said, "But if there's nothing wrong, you're fine.
My doctor,
I'll call you if it's something,
Right.
right? Other than that, keep doing this,
Right.
do this,
No,
and
My,
that."
my
That's what I'm
doctor
saying,
calls. He calls me if I had a female doctor. I told you about her, but she moved to Detroit with her husband. Now I loved her. Like I literally cried when she left. I ain't gonna lie.
boy, stop saying that.
I don't
bro.
get what you say.
You crying all the time
because
boy.
I don't like change, so I get connected to my doctors.
And
I
most
don't
people don't like change, but that's the problem. We don't like to change our doctors, and we also don't like to change our diets. We don't like to change what we're doing, how our sleeping patterns. We don't like to change a lot of things, and it hurts us at the end.
Yes.
I think that makes sense. I've been my doctor. I've been with him for a while, but I think he's too personal. Like he'd say, he'd say, man, your ass gonna get up to 300 pounds at the rate you keep going. He said shit like that to me.
But he's trying to
But
tell
but
you
he
straight.
but and that should be pissing me off. I'm ready to fight him, right? But he old, right? And
Okay.
then, but he'd say stuff. But
So-
like when I caught COVID, man, he made sure that he spoke to me. I had to meet with him. It was a Zoom meeting because he wasn't gonna let me up in his office with COVID.
Right.
So, but it was a Zoom meeting, and he met me, and it was on every Monday. I had a meeting. He checked on me. He was checking my. He had me give me my pressure stuff and tell me what I was doing. But I wasn't really sick with COVID though. I just had it.
You just had it, right?
But he just stayed on me and stuff like that.
So that's my concern. My doctor, I just got with this doctor 2 years ago. I had an Indian doctor before that, but this is a black man. He's older though, right? So my only concern about him is that he knows his stuff,
Be old school.
but I feel like he's older, and I feel like he's overly confident, right?
Right.
He's like looking at stuff like, okay, you're good, that's fine. That don't mean nothing. I be telling him stuff because I'm trying to be. When you're young, you're trying to keep things back from your doctor, right?
No, I tell
when
my
you
doctor
get
everything.
older,
you want to tell
yeah,
them
I'm telling
everything.
him
everything.
I'm like, I had this happened, this
Right.
happened. I don't know what this
Right.
means. So he'd be like, that means nothing. That's nothing. So to me, he'd be a little nonchalant.
Don't even
So,
looking
like,
at
a little old
you.
school.
He not even looking at
My,
you.
my
Just,
main reason though, because y'all know, it's been about 2 weeks since I've been back in Mexico. My stomach has been horrible since. Like
You're sick?
I'm not
Hold up,
able
did you
to
drink the water in Mexico?
I didn't necessarily drink the water, but I had like ice
Ice
in my
and
drinks, and I did jump
Well,
in the water.
Usually the water is filtered water, and then the water in the ocean. is
Well,
totally
he told me
different.
that I would. So when I went, that was my main thing. Like even when I got there,
Why
I
is
was
your
sick
stomach
that
so-
morning.
yeah.
I threw up as soon as I got to the hospital. I had to throw up and everything, and he was like,
You're pregnant.
I hate you so much. So, but he told me he did some test, and come to find out, whatever
When
I
they
got
call
some
that
sort
test,
of
they put that
infection.
joint, you having a boy.
I got some infection.
Oh, really?
I'm telling way too much of my business, but I got some sort of infection in my intestines.
Okay.
And he said you can get that from when, like, let's say you go in these foreign countries,
Yeah.
or whatever. They
And
don't,
certain way they cook their foods and stuff.
and they're not necessarily big
Washing
on
their hands.
washing hands and
Yeah.
bacteria and
But
stuff
you know
like
what?
that. And
I would say
he's
this.
saying most people, the average person can fight it off, but some people can't. I'm one of those in that
Couldn't.
10% who
You-
can't
you-
fight
you
certain
one of them
bacteria.
sensitive
You one of them bitch
motherfuckers like
niggas
I
can't
have a
fight.
I always had a sensitive stomach. I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you that.
you definitely. No,
so-
no. So
Yeah,
a
man,
lot of times, the thing about it is, we like to say that our stuff is a lot healthier, but our stuff is a lot fattier. And you understand that a lot of stuff that we do in this country, we're going to end up going to the doctor. If we lived in another country, one, healthcare is a whole lot less expensive, right? Two, their meats is not as fatty, right? They're in better condition, but we look at it as their meats are starving, right? But they're better for us. They're better built for our bodies.
Sure.
And they're not pumped with hormones like they are here in this country.
Especially in the Middle East. Like I got friends over in the Middle East, and they don't even they regulate McDonald's.
Yes.
McDonald's can't serve the same stuff they serve here. They had to modify their food
Yes.
that they sell in the Middle East. There's certain KFC, Chick-fil-A, whoever, they all have to modify. Like their sodas literally do not have the same amount of sugar
Yes.
that they have in the U.S. In the Middle East, they don't allow you to sell it. You can't
Yes.
sell it like that sugary drink like that because they realize it's not healthy. So their people collectively are just more healthier, man. Like
Definitely. And their healthcare is a whole lot more expensive.
And they call
but their healthcare is different. See, they'll give you more. It's more of a universal like healthcare
Yes.
thing.
'Cause there's less
But-
people
But
going
when
to
you
the
go
doctor.
in for a cold to see your doctor,
There's more people.
going to the doctor.
when you go in and see for a cold for your doctor, it ain't that privacy like in the U.S. They test you for everything.
Yeah.
Like a woman gets a pregnancy test if you go in there because you have a sinus infection. They test you for pregnancy. You're not married, you're pregnant, and they take issue with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't get a chance to say yay or nay because the healthcare is given in a general way.
It's government
Yeah,
thing.
and so it's given in a general way, but a lot of stuff that we have to go get a prescription for from the
Right.
doctors, they can get it over the counter.
They give it to you, yeah.
Yes. So majority of things, and I mean from
But the doctor can
all
prescribe it and give it
works-
to you.
So,
Exactly.
but like I said, when I was in Mexico, it was a whole store. I could have got Viagra.
Yeah,
if I thought I had chlamydia, I could have got the
Pharmacia.
chlamydia medicine and
Pharmacia,
all that.
yes.
All the stuff you
Really?
just get it
Yeah,
right
you
there.
can get all that stuff
Off
over
the
the
shelf.
counter
Without-
yes,
Oh, you
without
just
a
buy it.
prescription.
You can
So
just order.
you went
Like,
in public.
No, you can walk in
Just buy
there
it.
and buy it.
It's-
Like you
it's
was
a whole
going to
store.
Like you buy
CVS.
Tylenol.
Yes.
You was going to CVS and the pharmacy's closed, and it's right there on the shelf.
Penicillin,
Or whatever.
You know the penicillin you get shot in your ass. Not that I had it before, Mama,
Right.
but I'm just saying.
Right.
You get all that.
I'd never heard that before. That's another one.
The
Okay.
store just have everything.
Yeah, majority
Syphilis
of
medicine. I saw
majority of pharmacies, like things that you would think that you need for a cold or something like that.
Yeah.
Or saying like you like you said penicillin.
Yeah, like
or,
I've had-
what's it-
But they ain't telling you
or-
that.
or
They was there
codeine
because
or
they was
something
telling
like
you
that.
you needed to eat that food there. They just didn't tell you
Probably.
you pop them pills.
No, but see, your body is used to American food.
Yeah.
And it's not used to what they have
Well,
over
that's what
there.
the doctor said. He said, like I said, he said the average person can fight that bacteria off. Some people's body, like my stomach. Y'all, my friends, y'all know how sensitive my stomach is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't.
We know how sensitive you is. So go
Okay.
ahead.
I almost said something. I about to say your mom, but I forgot we got the same mama. But
You go by like we say, your half of mother is.
but anyway, I just say that get your physical. You know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting for all of my results.
Hey,
to
as a
come
matter
in,
of fact, I
but-
think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a doctor to come in, man, on one of the shows. Because
Yeah.
I think men's health, man, like we don't talk about that
Yeah,
hardly
that's
enough.
true.
And it's a real thing. And I mean, I think we at the stage and age where we need to be figuring out how to get squeeze another 30, 40 years out of this
Yeah,
life.
I
And
agree.
I ain't talking about sitting in a chair, can't move, feet bad and
I
stuff.
tell you,
being able to go outside for a walk.
My goal in life is never have to take a pill every day in my life.
That's your goal?
Yeah.
I feel that. My goal is to be able
Unfortunately,
to
I have to take.
Do you take a
every
pill
day.
now?
No.
my goal is to be like your grandmother, man, like can still go walk. You know, I can
Yeah,
still
she
go
still goes
at
out
90.
and walk. Like I called her yesterday. It was about 11, 12 o'clock, and she said, yeah, because the phone just rang, and I called her later on in the evening. She said, yeah, we was out. We had to do some shopping and stuff.
Aw.
And my grandmother's 93. My grandfather.
And it's a heat
99.
wave out here, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
And they were
it's
still
like
out.
90 degrees, 90 something degrees, and they outside. Look, first of all, if it wasn't for my sister, right, they still wouldn't have no air conditioning.
Oh my God, she
Really?
lived in there.
No, she don't live there. She got tired of being hot when she go there, and so she bought an air conditioner.
Yeah, I know we about to go, but y'all remember? I remember my grandmother before she died. Her house and it used to be like, and she would be sitting at.
They actually had window units. It wasn't no central air.
No,
like-
that's what they got window unit. She
But
still
at
got a
one
window
time,
unit,
'cause even
but
when-
it's still they didn't have that.
But
They-
one time
I know
we
they
grew
had
up,
that.
They
it
had
was a
fans.
big thing when the ceiling fan started. When
ceiling fan was the
became
bomb.
big thing. When you got a ceiling fan in your house, they was like, "Oh man, you good."
Anyway, you guys, we had a great show today, yo. Just
His stomach
to
was hurt. He
close
cutting
out.
us off.
That's good.
No, which we say 11:30. But just to close out, yo, definitely take care of yourself. We want to live.
Absolutely.
We want to live longer and healthier. We wanna,
Yeah, you should be able to take a walk with your grandkids at 80
We're trying to be legendary, not iconic.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
go.
that.
That's a good- that's a
good.
great
We're gonna
one.
say that.
In
And you
fact-
said, what was your other statement about? You wake up.
I said,
you say,
you wake up and say what you gonna eat. Ask him what I'm gonna eat this morning. Do what your baby mother wake up and say
what I'm gonna feed
these
these kids.
in the
Wow,
morning.
that was deep. Anyway, thank y'all for listening. We see y'all next week. Salud.
Salute.